Right. Whew. What a day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. It is Tuesday, May 26, 2020. Hello and what is up, YouTube? My name is G3Iron, and today we are streaming some hardcore solo self-found gladiator gameplay. We just wrapped up our ascendancy yesterday. Or rather, ascended for the first time yesterday. And that experience was pretty good. The highlight of yesterday's stream, I feel like, was staying alive inside the menagerie while we crafted this bad boy. Immunity to ignite during flask effect removes burning on use. Yesterday, I could tell I was getting tired and was making some pretty stupid mistakes on stream because I went to the menagerie and simply clicked on a particular recipe and didn't bother to check. See, when you go in here and you interact with the blood altar, you can just click on any of these particular recipes, and I didn't bother to check the level of the stuff I was fighting. And so I clicked, first off, I made the mistake, I think I did of heat. Yeah, I did of heat, and so first off, I crafted the wrong flask, and that went fine. That was fine. I just killed stuff. That was fine. Came back in, did the right flask, but then it pulled up this, like, level 69 monster. I was like, oh, that's a problem. That's a big problem, and I nearly died to it almost right away. I didn't log out. I was able to pull up a portal scroll. By the way, those of you who are new to the channel or new to the stream, you may not know, we do no log out rules here when I'm playing hardcore. You're not allowed to log out. If the game kills you, the game kills you. You can certainly portal back to town, but just logging out because you're about to die, that's a no-go for me. So, made the mistake of booting up the wrong recipe first, then got the right recipe, but had the wrong monster level, essentially. And we nearly died. We finally got it right. Input a different level of beast that was able to be taken down. And, yeah, away we went. So that's yesterday when I identified, yeah, it's about time that I should probably take a break from streaming and playing hardcore for a bit. Because, boy, I was getting tired. Low blood sugar or something. Making all kinds of mistakes. So hopefully today we'll make some more mistakes, and it'll be funny. It'll be exciting, and it'll be something that we all can enjoy, whether or not that's me dying or other funny things. There are other funny things in hardcore besides me dying, right? I don't have to die just to make it a fun experience, right? Hey, what's up, Cowsad? Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well today. My day is going well. Thank you so much for asking. Got up this morning, took the dog for a walk, my new puppy for a walk. He was quite energetic today. Then again, what puppy isn't energetic after having to go to bed all night? But how about you? How's your day going today, Cowsad? Hopefully your day is going relatively well. And hopefully we're about to make your day a little bit better. A slightly balding amount better. With some hilarious, hardcore, solo self-found streamage. Now, I think I kept saying it yesterday, I definitely need to get some upgrades. Like, the fact that I have a Tabula is good, but there's a couple other upgrades that I need to make happen. Of course, you know, as long as this character doesn't die to these beasts that I'm fighting right now. Namely weapons. Weapons, I think, are where I can make some big upgrades. Other than that, besides for weapons, I think my rings are actually pretty good. This is what my defenses are at. 76 across the board. And this is without, like, realistically any big upgrades after killing Kitava. We took out Kitava and basically we're already set to go. Okay, Molten Shell is at the proper level. So I'm going to want that to just chill where it's at. Mike Furr says, I'm just here for the rips. That's fair, Mike. That's fair. Hopefully we can disappoint you spectacularly today. That's my goal. Let's disappoint you spectacularly with the lack of rips that will happen. So defenses are looking pretty good for elemental resistances. They're not looking so good when it comes to armor. My armor is pretty atrocious right now, if I do say so myself. What is it at? 40% is okay, but it's nothing great, right? I mean, I am using a tabula, so I'm missing out on a big amount of armor that I could be getting from a chess piece, right? So that's pretty significant. That's fairly significant. So I guess 40% without a chess piece is okay, right? I mean, Herald Stacking Guardians are what? They're 60%? But they're not playing hardcore. What else do I want? I want some blacksmiths. That sounds good. Ooh, there's a chrome. Any guys in here I want to kill? See, I shouldn't have to use like 3 or 4 hits to kill this stuff. This stuff should all be going down in a single hit, ideally, in a perfect world. Granted, on my passive tree, I haven't scaled that much dual wielding damage, and I haven't scaled into any particular weapon type. So I guess my damage is okay for that. Cowsad says, I'm doing good. Nothing out of the norm. That's good news. Hey man, in these times, a normal day is a good day, right? Let's be thankful for the normal days. Mike says, I'm just kidding, man. No worries, Mike. Where's the Tailwind boots? Yeah, Tailwind. I gotta get Hunter's Influence, right? Hunter's Influence for Tailwind boots. So that's not gonna be for a while. Oh, Chaos Explosions. That's exciting. I'll let my War Chieftains deal with you guys. Or not. I guess I gotta deal with you guys. Am I gonna die here? Maybe. If I do, at least I know what it is to. It's to Chaos Popping Spiders.
Survivor, you are well prepared for the end.
I am well prepared for the end. Did we get him? I think we got him. Man, my mana regen is atrocious too, by the way. That's another thing that I probably should work out a little bit. What did I want to do over here? I think we were debating coming up and grabbing Aspect of the Panther next. I think that's what we were talking about. Where's the dual wielding stuff? Something's hitting me. How rude. Probably shouldn't be looking at my passive tree in the world, right? It's probably a bad idea. Sight Game says, I've been watching some Minecraft Dungeons today, and the game honestly seems kind of weird. It's a very simple ARPG. The gear system and gameplay seems cool, but there isn't a whole lot of content. That's fair. I've been debating trying it out just so that way I can show you guys and give you guys an accurate gameplay preview of what the game could look like. I like to do that sort of thing for the community when there are games that come out that may be really good, but may also not be really good. Like, I did that with Wilson, where it was like, hey, lots of people are asking me what I think of Wilson. I might as well buy it, try it out. If nothing else, you know, at least tell other people, buyer beware, or hey, this is really cool, you should check it out. So, I don't like doing that sort of stuff for, like, sponsored stuff. Because as soon as somebody starts paying you to say something, then that's going to compromise what you're going to say about it. So I don't like doing stuff like that for sponsored stuff. If something's going to be sponsored, you just got to come out right away and say, hey, I'm being paid for this, and this is a sponsorship, and therefore, don't hear anything that I'm saying right now other than what I am as a paid salesperson of a product. It's one of the things that I like about not doing paid promotion of stuff. It's really fun to just play a game, you know, as a hobby. Like back in the day when we all just used to play games for fun. Whoa, that hurt. What was that? I'm bleeding and I'm ignited. That really hurt. I cannot jump that. That's obnoxious. Alright, let's go kill Tukahama. Do you think he's going to be too happy that we're using a fire primary skill to take him out? There's a little bit of irony there. Do you think he'll be lost in the irony? Syke says, it's probably worth trying for the whole $1 of buying via Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, there you go. For me, I think it would be 20 bucks. I think. Right? On PC? I think it's a $20 game on PC. I could be wrong. Watch for his slam. Whoops.
My spirit is spent.
Well, then get some more mana. Get some more mana, my dude. Quit spending all your spirit and get some more mana. Watch the slam. Oh, let's go kill these. Yeah, see, the fact that these are taking like 3 or 4 or 5 hits, that's just despicable. I need new weapons. What I need to do is I need to go farm the strands, so that way I can have new weapons. Because this is pathetic. Like, these should be going down with 1 or 2 shots, not 5 or 6. Whoa, he hurts. Watch the slam. Watch the slam. Slam. Isn't he near culling strike range? Come on. There we go. Jeez. That was obnoxious. Mike says, I want to try it and get it for my kid into RPG. She's crazy about Minecraft, so it may work. Hey, there you go. Cow says, pretty sure he wouldn't play because no summoner class. Oh, there's no summoner. That's going to be tough for me. Alright, be careful coming out the other side of this. This is where they like to surprise me. There's always a pack right here. Yeah, here's that pack that I couldn't get to earlier. Where are they? I'm going to come take my vengeance out on this pack. Yeah, you guys thought you were all cool standing on the other side of the river, huh? Which, why is there a river on the way to Tukahama? He's the fire guy. Shouldn't there be like lava? Kind of like home or something? Maybe that's explained in the lore. Does somebody know why there's a river right here? Why isn't it turned to lava? Like, Tukahama's the fire guy. Well, I guess technically he's not, right? He's the god of... Tukahama's the god of war? Am I getting this wrong? Am I just totally butchering all the lore? Somebody correct me, please. It's, the Valley of the Fire Drinker is the fire guy. Right? So I guess Tukahama's not the fire guy, he just uses a bunch of fire-based skills as the god of war. Mike says, you could try to target some Elrion jewelry, delve, Delirium, or ditch the 6th link to solve mana issues. Yeah. I could just be really undisciplined and just go spend a couple of passive points. Like, it's not that far out of the way to go grab Life and Mana Leech. It really isn't that far. But it's not an issue of the distance, it's an issue of the, like, those 3 passive points, I'd rather be putting them elsewhere, and I don't have this plethora of extra passive points in hardcore SSF. Yeah, it's what, 3? 1, 2, 3 passives? 1, 2, 3? Yeah, it's 3 passives either way. Come up and grab some Mana Leech. This is axes, right? Yeah, that's an axe wheel. What is this? This is bows? Oh no, that's channeling. I guess I can come try it, and I've got plenty of refund points, so I can try coming up and grabbing some Mana Leech and then seeing what that's like. It doesn't hurt, right? It certainly doesn't hurt. Alright, let's try the Delirium. Let's see if we just get wrecked. Let's see. We're just gonna instantly get wrecked? I've only got 2,000 HP. Oh boy. I'm not dead yet. I feel better. Oh. My PC performance is getting wrecked. I love the Delirium music, man. Delirium music's pretty good. Then again, what music isn't good that GGG uses? I feel like every single league, I'm like, man, the soundtrack is really, really good. Like that, it was that way for Legion. It was that way for Blight. It was that way for Metamorph. Watch out for that guy. I have no flasks. It's kind of dangerous. Just running around in the new content with no flasks.
My spirit is spent.
Whoa. That's a big explosion. Hopefully I can block that, right? I don't have my all my good block nodes yet on my Ascendancy. I just have one of them. Good thing that Scorching Ray didn't hit me. Scorching Ray can't get blocked, though. It's a degen. That's just you get touched by it and you're dead. That's ultimately is what's going to kill this character, right? It's just going to be a degen. I'm going to stand on something. I'm going to stand on a caustic ground or a poison ground or something. Go get him, Vol War Chiefs. It's a bunch of stuff dropping. Watch out for the puke guys. Oh, we made it to the edge. Okay, there you go. What do we get? Did we get anything? Oh, that's not bad. 2 essences. I'll take it. And we didn't die, right? It's good. 22 says, I just woke up. Now I have to choose between the stream and breakfast. Why can't you watch the stream while you eat, my man? First off, if you have to choose between the stream and breakfast, go eat breakfast. I'm still going to be here after you're done. Secondly, why can't you do both? Why not both? I love having a bowl of cereal and then reading my local newspaper or catching up on all the various PoE news of the day. That's generally when I check stuff. For Twitter, posting by Bex. If there's anything that's been posted on Reddit, I usually check it during breakfast or during my nightly bowl of cereal that I'll eat. I really need to craft myself some better weapons. I should just stop being committed to these maces and go swords. That's what I should do. I don't have any life flasks right now. It's probably a bad idea. Jeez, it takes forever. My War Chief does more damage than I do, and it's not on a 6-link. It's because it's not using crappy weapons. It's using its War Chief weapons. Ah! What if 3.11 they let you roleplay as a War Chief? Get summoned by your friends and stand there for a small duration, dealing damage until your friends summon you again. PoE 3.11 War Chief League. Hello, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. In Path of Exile War Chief League, you will take on the role of playing as a character player with a short duration that other players will control. You won't have any gear, you won't have any links other than what a player determines for you. We've decided to take the player agency out of Path of Exile and turn you into a totem. Thug's Grip, huh?
My spirit is spent.
My spirit is spent! Alright, so that's the way to the lab trial. Is this the way forward? Nope. Dead end. Oh, there it is. Did I just walk right by it? Oh, there's maybe a new, better weapon!
I believe in traveling light.
Yeah, you do? I believe in getting better weapons. That looks better. That's a lot of physical damage. I think that would definitely be better. But doesn't Consecrated Path require sword, axe, mace, scepter, staff, or unarmed? Yeah, I can't use it with claws. So I could go axes, I could go swords. Go away. What is the 2648? You guys see that? 2648, same skill, change nothing else. 800 damage increase. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I can do that. I now don't have a socket for Blood Rage, but that's fine. Do I have a chromatic on me? I do. There you go. Look at that. Now I have a socket for Blood Rage. Wait! Something happened. My heralds came undone. There we go. Alright. Was this good? No, that one wasn't good. That's why we dropped it. Okay. Away we go. Are there trials over here? Yeah, there was a trial over here. Look at that! Now! Yeah! Yeah! Alright. Yeah, that feels good. Now I need to find another one of those. Maybe I can find a Mirror of Calandra and use it on that rock hammer. Hey, what's up, Jordan? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Joyful Wander? Wanderer says, have that node on the Gladiator I'm playing right now. Basically fixed all my mana problems. There you go. Jordan, our day is going pretty well so far. How's your day going? So far, we finally found an upgrade, a weapon upgrade, so that's good. I'm very pleased with that. It's still got relatively slow attack speed, but that's fine. If we only hit once and we hit really, really hard, I'm fine with that. 22 says, well, for that I would need cereal, and I don't have any. Ah, that's a problem. Maxone, we are still alive. That's right. We are still alive. We are in Act 6. We are on our way to Chevron as we speak. And we just found a nifty little upgrade. We upgraded from this, what was this, 25 to 53 damage at 1.64 attacks per second. A little bit slower attack speed, but a considerable amount of added flat damage. Our tooltip DPS went from 26 something to 33 something. So much, much happier with that. It greatly amused me to see that upgrade. I am pleased. Jordan says, so I've been playing PoE on Xbox since Legion, and I'm now transitioning to PC. I'm literally waiting for my mouse and mouse mat to be delivered some point this week. What add-ons or sites would you recommend that's easy to use to help with trading and customizing loot filters? Oh boy. So a couple of things that you're going to want to use, Jordan. Let me kill this guy, and then I'm going to give you a playlist, a YouTube playlist. Alright. So, on our YouTube channel, on the Good Guy Gaming YouTube channel, there is a playlist that's called PoE Tools. I'm pulling up the entire playlist for you. I'm going to link it in chat, and then I'm going to link it down below in the video description as well. So if anybody's watching the VOD, or if you ever need a reference to it, there is the PoE Tools playlist. Okay, on that playlist includes a whole bunch of videos. You don't have to watch all the videos, but it's a whole bunch of different videos featuring... how many videos are on there? 19 different videos are on there of different PoE tools that you can put to use. So whether that's PoE Lab that helps you with the Syndicate, or that helps you with farming the Labyrinth, whether that's like the Hideout website that lets you search for different hideouts, whether that's using a trade macro, whether that's using Path of Building. Path of Building is probably going to be the biggest offline tool that you're ever going to use when you're planning a build in Path of Exile. Map Watch is also really, really helpful. It lets you see how long you take in each lap, in each map. There's the leveling guide tool that you can use, which helps you actually go through every different zone and know like which direction in general you should head. And all of those tools that are on that playlist are GGG approved, like they don't violate the terms of service. So that is a very, very helpful list that we put together when we started making videos. Some of our first videos are on that list. Just because it was like, hey, what are some of the tools that I use that are helpful? Hey, if I'm using them, I probably should share them with other buddies and other friends who are playing PoE, because it would probably be helpful. So that's one of our oldest playlists in terms of content. And some videos on there are more helpful than others, obviously. So don't feel like you have to watch every video on that playlist. Sometimes it's just a helpful reference. Some players use it as a helpful reference, like, hey, what is the scope of different tools that are out there in PoE? So it's a helpful, broad overview. You know, you can use it as a reference tool to say, hey, what's out there in PoE and what should I be paying attention for, rather than, hey, what do I need to memorize? Alright, where's the thing? There's the thing. Hit hard, hit once. There we go. What is this? Is this, yeah. No, wait. Here it is. Knockback and increased damage. I want the critical strike one. The critical strike one is really fun. Where your crits just crit, your hits just crit. That one's really fun. Come on, War Chief, take these guys down. I don't have my mana yet. Alright, use the big War Chiefs. There we go. Does he have Soul Eater? He does. It's kind of spooky. There we go, down he goes. We got an armor scrap for that. Woohoo! Big rewards. That's what we're looking for. The biggest, most bestest rewards. Alright, let's go kill Brutus, right? Let's go empty our inventory first. Andrew says, hello, thanks for the advice that you gave me about the building the guild hedge fund. I found out the Excel spreadsheets. Anything else to want to add to it? I'm confused, Andrew. Sorry if I'm confused about your question. Could you maybe try to ask the same question, ask it a different way? I should keep this hammer, because that hammer was actually pretty good. Put that in leveling tab. That's a 4-link boot. It's a lot of armor. It doesn't have resistances, life, and move speed on it, though. Oh, that's a lot of life. That's a lot of life. It doesn't give me the all resistances that I would need. But it's got an open suffix and an open prefix. So I would drop below the cap on lightning and on fire. Man, I just have some good stuff in here. I mean, look at that. 99 armor on a 4-link? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. I was only joking. It's got a lot of life to it. I'm getting a lot of all elemental resistances from these two uniques. So ideally, I could replace like a belt and my helmet with some hot, awesome uniques. Those gloves, these gloves I crafted yesterday. I think, did I like chaos spam them or alch spam them just once or twice and just got triple resistances on them? It was really nice. Really, really nice to get those. Okay, other weapons that we were looking for. We were looking for a second upgrade with a weapon. Not right now. All right, so we could definitely use an upgrade on our amulet. That's giving me a lot of intelligence. I'm pretty sure I need that intelligence. Because my guy's not all that smart, okay? Let's throw away these gloves. What's up with the game giving me all these gloves with life on them? All of those gloves have good life on them. Ah! Why you do this to me, game? Doesn't matter. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. What's the best one? That's the best one. It's got cold resistance on it. Throw that in our leveling tab. Whoops. There is no room in my leveling tab. Jordan says, what are you planning for League start in 3.11? I'm planning to start something very strong, but that's a tricky question to answer. Anybody who's telling you what they're going to League start right now is either A, very unwise, B, impatient, or C, just trying to clickbait you into watching something. I don't know how else to put it. Because we don't have patch notes yet, there's a couple of things that could go out for 3.11 and be really, really good. So, for instance, Archmage, right? Depending on if Archmage, regardless of Stormbrand, if Stormbrand gets nerfed, okay, so be it. Stormbrand gets nerfed. But if Archmage is still good, then a lot of different builds are available due to Archmage. If Archmage gets nerfed, but Stormbrand doesn't get nerfed, Stormbrand is still a great racing skill for a league start and just rushing stuff. So that's another option. Summoners are still incredibly strong on a 4-link running Spectres. I showed on Hardcore Solo Self-Found as a stream, as a Scion, so Scion like purposefully gimping myself in a lot of my damage. If you go as a Witch, you'll have much better damage. Because you'll have +2 to your level of your Spectres.
Farewell.
Like, so there's a lot more damage that's available than the build that I was playing here in Hardcore Solo Self-Found. And as a starter, it's still going to be strong. I don't expect summoners to get nerfed at all in the upcoming 3.11 cycle. What else? What else is really strong? There's a couple of other spell combinations that are just very strong. Volatile Dead is still very strong in the fact that you can now... You're not dependent on uniques like Poet's Pen in order to get it started. That's still a very good, strong starter. Couple of other starters that are just very strong. Melee is always strong, but it's weapon dependent. Right? As a league starter, Melee is always strong, but it's weapon dependent. So it's strong because there's a lot of tanky options, a lot of survivability options on that side of the tree where you're playing as a Melee character. Yeah, I'm leeching a little bit there, but I'm still having to use my flask.
My spirits are spent.
All right, Brutus, you can be done now. Gonna fight Chevron. There we go. I will not suffer this humiliation again. She's gonna do her jumpy thingy? Nope. We killed her before she did her jumpy thingy. Alright, watch the slam. Get behind him. Ooh, did he stun me? I think he stunned me there. Ooh. Yeah, I think he's stunning me. That is a stunning scenario. There we go, down he goes. Alright, down goes Chevron. Okay, in your videos on Guild Fund, you said that the trader has to be a dedicated role. But in a guild where members are spread across the world and time zones, can this role be shared within multiple people? Yes, it can be. You can have multiple traders. You can have multiple traders. So we have multiple traders now inside the G3 bank. We have one dedicated manager of the entire hedge fund, so that's me. So it's just helpful to have one dedicated person, so if anybody has any questions, they know who's the one person they need to get in touch with. But all of our traders are guild officers, and they're available to answer questions. It's just if there's a question they can't answer, then they can come find the guild manager. But you're right, in a 24/7 world, it's very difficult when you have spread out traders across the world. You can choose to look at that as a difficulty, or you can choose to look at that as an advantage. If you actually spread your traders out across multiple time zones across the world, it means early on, as you're operating a guild hedge fund, it means that you're always going to be able to hit markets 24/7, like throughout the day. It means you're not losing out on opportunities that occur overnight because you're limited to one person's sleep schedule. So that's a big advantage if you have multiple traders across the globe. Alright, now normally I would say, hey, let's come back and kill this god, but I'm kind of feeling cheeky. So let's go see if we can take down Fire Guy. Let's see if we can do it. The Fire Drinker, right? Oh, there's a Vol side area. Here we go. Let's go in there. Mike says, think you are going to have to ditch that Tabula. It's a double whammy of no defenses and the 6th link is draining your mana. The running out of mana can kill you. Yeah. No, that's a good point. I'm going to get into a scenario where I'm going to go to dash, and dash isn't going to be available to me because I'm going to be out of mana. I'm going to be real sad. But hey, you guys all get a kick out of it, right? I think this character, I will actually be sad when this character dies, because it does feel like it's coming along here. Like, I can actually really feel the upgrades that are coming along. The shell of the build is probably pretty strong. I think I've only gotten taken down to like a third health once or twice. One of them being the Menagerie when I was fighting a monster that was 20 levels too high for me. Which, the fact that that monster didn't just outright kill me, I don't know. That speaks to some of the level of the strength of the build, I think. Whoa, hey now. There's a chrome. What do we get? Vol Clarity, Vol Discipline. Eh. 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 That belt has got some life and mana on it. So we'll take that and put that in the stash. Anjuit says, thanks a lot for your thoughts. I'm trying to set something up. Something that you already have in place for your guild. Oh, there you go. Yeah, feel free to use that as a template, my man. Feel free to take any of the ideas that we've got on that list and then iterate on them yourself and see what you can improve for your own guild and for your own gameplay. Always love to see other players improving their builds and using our stuff as a template. It's always fun. So now I'm leeching some of my damage as mana and as life. So... okay, there he goes. He jumps away. I'm still worried about the fire degen. That's mostly what I'm worried about here. Can we get a few more flash charges? There we go. There we go. I think accuracy is still a problem. I think once I solve the accuracy issue, that'll be another big help. I need to not spend my mana flask, but I also need to spend my mana flask because it's what is making me immune to ignites. So I kind of want to use it, but I kind of don't want to use it. There we go. Down he goes. Little 4-link. There we go. Ooh. Maybe a sword upgrade? Maybe? Probably not. Alright, away we go. Does the build get more DPS later? Sure. Yeah, on this particular build, in hardcore, I always start out, if my general rule when I'm playing hardcore is if you're going to take the Scion Life Wheel when you're playing hardcore, go take it right away. When I'm playing hardcore, I'd rather not die like in Act 1 or 3 or 5. Like, if I'm gonna die, at least let me get to maps, right? Or die to a big boss. But get that firm foundation of health underneath you so you don't get one-shot. Now, other players who are racers and who are going to be pushing the limits of speed, they're gonna take the opposite approach, right? Like, they're gonna get the bare minimum required HP. But those guys don't make all the mistakes that I make. So when you make a ton of mistakes in your gameplay, you've got to have a build that can forgive those mistakes and cover for those mistakes. Which mistakes, I make plenty of them. Plenty. Oh, you're not being silly, man. Yeah, it's hardcore, but that doesn't mean you're being silly. It's a good question. Jordan says, I played Consecrated Path Zerker with Hollow Palm this league, and it was so strong. Yeah, I believe it. If I had Hollow Palm right now, I might use it, but my gloves are a bunch of my resistances right now. James says, as someone who does shift work and lives at an awkward time zone, having 24-hour access to your bank is very handy. I haven't had the chance to invest, but I could try it next league. Yeah, it's one of the things I think that's an advantage of our community as we've grown, is that we're able to offer more services because we've got more guild officers who are willing to trade, who are willing to accept deposits. Whereas when I just used to run everything in the bank and handle it all, first off, it meant that I couldn't play the game at all. It meant that I was just basically managing the bank. And secondly, it also meant that people were beholden to get online when I was online. Like, if I wasn't online, then it was good luck doing any of your banking stuff, whether that be deposits or withdrawals. Now what we do is we just do withdrawals all through me, so that way, again, we can track all the money. But it's a lot smoother to handle the withdrawals, because we only allow certain withdrawals to come out at stated specific times. So for people who invest, they can't pull their money out early, so there's no reason why they need to access a guild officer to all of a sudden pull their money out. Because there's stated times when people get to pull their money out. And people know that when they make their deposit. It's not like that's something that surprises them or catches them off guard. It's like, hey, if you make a deposit on day 2 of the league, we're not paying out until day 10. So that's the way how it works. And then we message people in order of, oftentimes in order of their deposit. So first depositors get their money back first. And then as people are online and available to collect their payments, things work out. Oh, that took a little bit of damage there. There's some explosions. Watch the explosions. Shoot this guy. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think the speed of Consecrated Path is just ridiculous in comparison to what my summoner was doing in these same spots. Oh, a worm's mold. What if I got a headhunter? That would have been amazing. Now, I'd have to be interacting with Delirium for it to drop something like that. Alright, that's Chaos Spitters. Yikes. Let's see, is this a good one? Nope. It basically gives me that passive that we just spent 3 passives to go get. But I would lose the nearby enemies are intimidated, which is a pretty significant chunk of damage. I'm pretty happy with that chunk of damage. I may swap off the tabula once I get to like Act 8, maybe. If I find a decent chest piece that's got 5 links on it. It's got some life, got some armor. Doesn't even have to have resistances, just life and armor. As long as it has the right color 5 links. Might swap off to that. Because the survivability at that point is going to be more desirable than the 6th link. Although, I don't know, maybe I just go all offenses with this build. Even though it's built rather tanky and rather defensive. Maybe for my gearing, I just go all out, kill before be killed, right? I mean, then it's just a matter of time with the matter of mechanical mistakes that I make before my character gets one shot. Or before I don't see that I'm standing on, like, you know, not consecrated ground, but desecrated ground. Caustic ground. There's another vault side area. Let's go do that. Wow, I'm same level as the zone? What is this? I'm playing so risky. I used to be like, no, I need to be 3 levels above the zone. Don't worry, I'll get back to that point. All it takes is for me to get nearly one shot once, and then I'll really slow down and panic. Hey, here we go. Deliver Pain Exquisite. You always deal critical strikes. Mwah! It's a beautiful, beautiful shrine. Wasn't I just asking for this one earlier in the stream? Okay, so other things. We need to keep asking the stream for things. Other things that we could use. Weapon upgrades. Crafting currency. A couple of uniques, that would be really nice. Is he casting? What's he casting?
I believe in traveling light.
He was casting some kind of like desecrate or something. Yeah. I believe in traveling light. Ooh, Vol Stormcall. Cold damage, attack speed, cast speed, mana regeneration. +1 to level of all cold spells. I need to pick that up. That needs to go in the inventory. If I level up a anything with cold damage in SSF. That would be really good. It's a really cool system where good players can make life of weaker players and make it much more smooth for them. Yeah. Yeah, I like our guild system of how we use it, of how we help newer players come along with their currency. Some players who invest in our banking system like have never owned more than 10 chaos before. And so like they'll deposit some chaos in the bank and they'll see it grow over time, and then they'll just keep doing that and they'll learn more. A lot of players use the banking system as a way to just hang out with other more experienced players to learn from them. So that's a benefit as well. Jordan says we don't have guild features on console, that's why I'm transitioning to PC. Is it worth trying to join one? I mean, it depends on the guild that you join, right? If you join a crappy guild that has no activities for you to do, then no, it's not worth it. If you join a good guild that's got stuff for you to do and that's helpful, then yeah, it's definitely worth it. Where's the very cool? Looks cool. Here we go. See, looks cool stuff. +1 to all level of spells. That one's not corrupted. This one's corrupted. And it requires level 50. Oof. It's kind of high level, isn't it? That's a lot of damage. And that's got a ton of attack speed. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. What are we at, town? 2687. Just with this, we're at 1459.
Need to be a little more deft to use this.
I need to be 158 dex. What am I at? 129? There. 1492. 1725. Swords are the way to go. 3674 as opposed to 27. So it's 1,000 this sword is 1,000 DPS better than this thing. Although I lose some fire resistance. Yeah, I'm no longer fire capped. I'm glad I took a look at that. Okay. So do I need to come along this bottom area here to go get Twin Terrors? Maybe. It gives me crit strike multi. I'm going to have to come along this top to come up here, though, right? And then eventually to go get Gemini. Let's go along the bottom, right? We'll go along the bottom. We'll grab Thick Skin. We'll grab Twin Terrors. We'll come up and we'll grab Weapon Artistry and Aspect of the Panther, and then we'll come through Herbalism and we'll grab Gemini. What do we think? James says, have you prayed to Chris Wilson? I find that works. There you go. Yeah, this is kind of awkward. I could replace these two, right? I could put a single point here, and that saves me 2 points. How much dex do I have? I've got 181. Okay, so let's do that. Let's refund this passive point. Let's put this here. Let's refund these two. There we go. We just saved ourselves a passive point, is what we did. And we're still at 161, so we can still use that jeweled foil. Alright, so there's a passive point. Let's grab the life. Yeah, I think this is the right way to do it. Because this is 1, 2, 3 points. This is 1, 2, 3. But we wouldn't be able to come down and get Twin Terrors if we did that. So I think going along this bottom edge is the way to go. If I go swords, I can go over here. The thing is if I go swords, then I can't use that cool Overlord thing. Mike says, are you going to get Primeval Force? Which one is Primeval Force? Forces of Nature. Primeval Force. It probably would be good, wouldn't it? That's what, 4 points? 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably would be a lot of damage, right? 12, 24, 36, 56% increased elemental damage. And then another 20% during any flask effect. That's a lot of damage. 76% increased damage is nothing to sneeze at. We'll see how many passive points I have, right? What level am I at? Lunchbox says, good morning, Iron. Hey, what's up, Lunchbox? Welcome, welcome. Okay, we're at level 49, so let's just think this out for a moment. Level 49, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So what's 49 and 28? I don't know. 49 plus 28? 77. That takes us up to level 77. If I don't take this wheel, I'll be right next to this wheel. I could be right next to this wheel. I could be one passive off of this wheel. That's only 4 passives, maybe 5 passives. So that still takes me up to what, level 72, 73? What I have planned out, at least. So yeah, that doesn't seem far-fetched. All right, let's see. Is this the helmet that we've been looking for? It's got double resistances, life, and extra armor. It rolled armor and life. Rolled 2 of them. But no. No, it's not it. Alright, we're also not using any of our heralds yet, so let's go put those in our weapon. Let's go tell this little Warhammer, good job little Warhammer, go in your little leveling tab. Why do I just have an unidentified... go away. Why do I have an unidentified wand in here? Man, I'll tell you, whoever's in charge of this stash really's got some head issues. Life, mana, lightning resistance, no movement speed on them. What's the level requirement? Level 44? I've got better boots than that. Mana, strength, ES, lightning, increased elemental damage with attack skills. It's about the only good roll on there. Lightning, fire, and move speed. It doesn't have life. Does it have room to craft life? It does. And those boots aren't giving me that much armor. They're giving me 57 armor. Yeah, so these boots would be an upgrade. I don't have enough intelligence for it. But this is where I totally screw myself because I start making decisions based on attributes. There we go. Alright, so let's go craft on these boots. Let's go to our hideout. Let's go craft on these boots. Get some upgrades. We probably don't even need these upgrades, right? Our character is so strong, we don't even need these stinking upgrades. But that being said, let's go get them anyway. Look at how much life we can put on there. Too much. There we go. I need, what, a green and a red? No, I don't. I don't need either of those on there. Haha! Look at that. Alright, so I lost some life, but what's my resistances at now? 69. Okay, nice. So if we can increase... This ring could go from just lightning resistance to lightning and fire. Boom! Resistance is balanced. 76 across the board. Now, I don't have any chaos resistance to speak of, but that's fine. Chaos damage doesn't exist in this game, right? As I'm about to go fight the puppet mistress. Chaos damage doesn't exist in this game, right? That's totally fine. Totally fine. What am I doing here? I'm trying to organize this. This stash tab, whoever's in charge of this stash tab is an absolute madman. I'll tell you what. There we go. This is what I do. Instead of using any of the bazillion other extra stash tabs. Leveling 2. Instead of using any of these other ones, I'm like, no, I need to just organize and be more organized. No, you don't. No, you don't, Iron. You can, it's okay. You literally can just throw stuff in another stash tab. It's okay. Alright, gems go in here. I really should be throwing all this in a dump tab, right? But I'm still leveling. And it's SSF, right? There's no rush. There's no rush. We're enjoying the experience. I'm enjoying the experience, at least. I'm sure I'm driving some of you insane. Oh, that's fun. When playing SSF, I think it is good to always pop the Delirium mirror and go for it if it is a unique reward type. Yeah, you're probably right. For me, though, the Delirium mirror is a very, very scary, scary thing. It kills my FPS on my machine. And therefore, playing in hardcore, it means that the stuff that I might need to see and react to is even slower. So, James says your stash looks like mine. There you go. You and I share even more in common than we thought. Somebody tagged me in something on Discord. What? Who tagged me in what? Oh, excellent point. Excellent point. Somebody pointed out that I was full of crap on something that I posted on Discord. Absolutely right. Continue pointing out all of the ways in which I'm full of crap. I had made a reference that it was probably highly unlikely for Archmage itself to get nerfed, just because it had come out relatively recently, and Venom Blades made a great point that a lot of skills, like Soul Rend as well as Armageddon Brand, a lot of skills have gotten nerfed as soon as they dropped. Okay, so that's our second Exalted Orb. Let's go take that back to our stash. I thought I was done dealing with my stash. I thought I was actually going to go kill some monsters. I have now found one Exalted Orb on each of my characters, leveling up. But I have no use for them, right? It's SSF. Like, unless I'm going to metacraft something. Which I'm definitely not right now, at least. Okay, now wait a minute. The last time I dropped something good, my character died, like, in the same zone. So I should probably pay attention. Alright, let's go find, what is it, Brine King? Puppet Mistress, Brine King, all those good people. Man, the damage with this sword is a lot better now. Maybe I should just go double swords, right? Their attack speed is going to be so much better. Right? Yeah, 1.54. The attacks on this aren't bad for being a mace. 1.3. The Gorebreaker was like 1.6, right? It was just atrocious. Who needs movement skill flasks when you got Consecrated Path? I should do a Consecrated Path endorsement video. Hi guys, G3 Iron here. I'd just like to tell you about the benefits of Consecrated Path. Do you have a moment to listen? Here are 3 reasons why you should use Consecrated Path in your next build. You know, there was, I forget who it was, but somebody actually did something kind of like that as a build breakdown of Consecrated Path when it first came out, making an argument that it was just a much better Leap Slam skill. Like, why use Leap Slam when you could use Consecrated Path? And obviously the counter argument at the time was, well, Leap Slam, you don't have to have a target to jump to. Like, so as a travel skill, it's actually much better. But it was still an interesting argument. Like, Here's this new skill that is Flicker Strike with more targeting. It's pretty interesting. I wonder if Cold to Fire is actually working against me now because I probably have less cold. There's a little bit of cold on here. Because pretty much what? Most of my damage, I'm still doing a lot of physical damage actually. Which is pretty cool. I like doing a lot of physical damage. That means that when I'm converting that damage, I'm doing even more damage. So that's good. I'm not complaining. Chris Wilson, I'm not complaining. Please don't kill my character. Alright, one half of the beacon. The beacons are lit! You guys remember that scene? You guys remember that scene in Return of the King? The beacons of Gondor! The beacons are lit! And Rohan will answer. You guys remember that scene? That scene gives me goosebumps every time. With the panoramic views of the different lightings of the beacons. It's so cool. My kids and I actually just recently watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. We watched it over about the course of 3 weeks. We watched it in like 30-minute increments. We watched the extended edition. And they enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. Now my son has something to compare for Lord of the Rings other than the Rankin Bass version of Return of the King and The Hobbit, which are both excellent as well. But now he got a little bit more of the story, as it were. Although we also do enjoy the Ralph Bakshi version, which is like the Fellowship and the Two Towers, but doesn't continue on into the Return of the King. So it's kind of interesting, the history of movies of Lord of the Rings. It was also interesting to see, I hadn't watched those movies. I watched them a bunch when they first came out. But I had not watched those movies since we've had kids, just because my kids haven't been old enough to see them and really appreciate them. And surprisingly, a lot of people would say, oh, well, aren't you concerned about your kids getting nightmares from like the Nazguls or the orcs or anything? My kids have actually slept great. No nightmares, nothing. Like, hello. For the last couple of weeks as we've been watching that, so. Mike says, yeah, dual rapier foil would give you more leech from the attack speed also. That's a good point. Joyful Wanderer says, POB says Cold to Fire is giving you 5% of your DPS. Still trying to figure out the mana leech difference. Math is unclear. I wonder, though, if I took out, where is it? Cold to Fire. If there's anything else that I could put in there and be a bit better. Yeah, Mike, you were absolutely right, by the way. My mana leech and mana uptime is much, much better now. Alright, so let's go in here. We'll make our way to Thick Skin as we make our way to the Brine King. Let's go kill the Puppet Mistress. Let's give ourselves another passive point. Oh, big stretch! Big stretch this Tuesday morning. Follow the path. Whenever you're looking for the Puppet Mistress, by the way, as you're leveling, look for these two pillars. There's a little path. You can find it. And you follow the path of bricks, and it should bring you... Uh-oh. Did I lose the path? It should bring you to the Puppet Mistress. Here she is. Ta-da! The Wetlands. I think the reason why Cold to Fire was working better for me back in the day was because I was using Ice Crash. Yeah, because I don't have that much cold damage right now. So what I was doing was I was using Crimsara as well. So I was converting physical to cold and then using cold to fire. So right now I'm using elemental damage, melee physical, cold to fire, fortify support, faster attacks. I could be using something for better clear like Onslaught, but against bosses that would slow me down. And I feel like bosses is actually where I need the damage. I could just go with flat added fire, right? Could do that. See what that does to my damage. The thing is I don't have that much increased elemental damage on the tree yet, or increased fire damage for that matter. So like just grabbing some flat fire damage won't necessarily be this big damage boost. Pulverize level 9 would give you 17% more damage than cold to fire. Okay, there you go. So maybe we do pulverize. But pulverize, doesn't pulverize change the way how my area of effect works? So we should try pulverize, huh? Alright, let's kill the puppet mistress and then we'll try pulverize. You guys remind me though. Me and my geriatric mind have a habit of getting into a groove and then totally forgetting that I was supposed to do something. See, look at all this chaos damage. I think I'm just actually out-regenning it because of the consecrated grounds from Consecrated Path. I think that's what's going on. Where is she? There she is. Where is she? Oh, I should have taken a poison immunity flask, shouldn't I? Yep, I should have. Especially if I'm going to stand right in the middle of her poison. Calling strike, kick in. Anytime. Thank you. Let's not step on the poison. Rislava! What if she dropped Rislava's coil for me? That'd be nice. That would probably be the one belt that I would be okay with upgrading right now. Although I'm not sure if I could use it, actually. What's the level requirements on Rislava's? I don't know. Conk effect is 30% more damage, less clear, but more single target. That's a good point. Yeah, Conk is what? It's way, way less AoE, right? Yeah, it's 30% less area of effect. Let's try it. Let's try without cold to fire. It says 47 from what? 36. So that's... yeah, that's a massive boost in DPS. Let's try it. We'll give it a shot. Level requirement level 35, but I think I have other better helmets for that. I really do need a helmet. I need a helmet with a couple of resistances, right? Do I need a couple of resistances still, actually? Fire and lightning. Fire, lightning, and life. On just an armor helmet. Am I going to come down and grab iron reflexes as well? I've got 600 evasion. I feel like converting all of my evasion into armor would be helpful to mitigate against physical hits that do get through physical degens that do get... no, armor doesn't help against physical degens. Physical mitigation helps against degens. Armor does give me more molten shell life, though. So...
farewell.
Farewell!
Stay sharp out there.
I could go with a pulverize instead of faster attacks. Let's try crafting a jeweled foil.
Come to hear your poem.
Let's try it.
Greetings.
Greetings! Serrated, right? I think I want the red. Yeah, I want the red.
Stay sharp out there.
Stay sharp? Why, thank you. I'm using a sword. I think I will. Alright, here's another 4% life. Where are my essences? I'm level 50 now. So, it's okay if we do this, right? 60 and below. That adds cold damage. Lightning damage. Dispels. Damage pen. Cold damage dispels. Lightning damage. Critical strike chance. I think we just want to go with the physical.
There'll be time
Let's
for that soon enough.
add quality to this bad boy. It gives good accuracy, but I think that's going to be less damage. Let's take a look here. 47, 47, 44, 93. Yeah, that's just a ton of damage on there, because that's already 7 to 13, so that's basically the same roll for physical, but then it also adds on there 22 to fire. Man, that's just a lot of damage on that one-handed mace. Alex says, G3, what are your thoughts with in-game trading scammers? Especially I heard that you can report them now. You can. You can. So let's say, for instance, let's go to global. Let's say, for instance, a person had done something scammy to me. You can click on this report function. I'm not actually going to report this person because they've done nothing to me. But you can choose a different type of abuse. I typically put them in as spam or harassment. That's typically what I'll put them in. And then I'll type out additional info like this person was spamming me for a particular item at the wrong price. Or if it's harassment, like this person message me, like if it's the swap, if it's the price swap scam where they'll message you for an item that you have listed, let's say for 1x, but then they'll go back in and say like 0.5x, like if they change the value of the trade message, then you just go in and you're like, hey, this person's harassing me, they're giving me messages that are unwanted. Yeah, let's throw a few chaos at this thing. You never know. You never know. I've got 10 chaos. Come on. It's not quite the roll on cold, not quite the roll on fire, but it's better on physical. Let's see here. 47, 47. 49, 20. There we go. We got it up. We got it up. Now, instead of faster attacks, I could go with what? Pulverize is what you guys are saying? Where is it? Pulverize? Less attack speed, more melee area damage, increased area of effect. $46, $49. It says it's actually less damage. The other one that we said might be interesting is Rage. Streamer luck roll? Yeah. Now, if it was the streamer luck roll, it would have... Oh, it does have open suffixes. Okay, maybe it was the streamer luck roll. My crafted prefixes might be better, but... the open suffix means that I can go with the... What is it? Fire and lightning is what I need. And then I could get rid of this helmet. Oh, I could also go increased attack speed. Oh, I could go increased fire damage. Let's go attack speed. See what that does. This is not an accurate number because we were in town. So right now we're getting the Herald of Purity stuff. Let's take a look now. So that was worth 300 damage. Right, we were 49 something, now we're 52. Yeah, I think that was worth it. This mace combo was good though. That got me to what, like Act 5? So that was pretty good. Along with Gorebreaker. I'm going to put this over here in the leveling too. That got me through. Let's put this in our gems, just in case we want to use it. Have you got Wildfire? No. That's not on the passive tree, is it? That's a unique, right? What am I thinking of? Is this a, yeah, it's a threshold jewel. No, I don't have it. That's for Molten Strike anyway. I mean, it'd be increased fire damage, sure. But... James says, G3, why are you taking in-game DPS tooltip seriously? So I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm using it to evaluate whether or not it's an upgrade according to the in-game calculations. So, for those of you who are new to Path of Exile, you don't want to pay attention to this number as an actual representation of your damage. What you want to do is you want to pay attention to this number when you're making a change to say, hey, is this actually increasing or decreasing what's going on? That's a general rule for stuff that's applicable. But it doesn't always work out that way. Oftentimes, many things on the tooltip DPS are just blatantly wrong. And so you'll have to be careful about that, because sometimes you'll look at tooltip and it's just absolutely wrong for being any kind of accurate, for actually tracking what your damage is. But when you're just tracking between two different items, then it's in general it's accurate for most skills. There are some skills that it's not, though. There are some skills, for instance, that hitting faster is more important, and so even if your tooltip DPS goes up, if your attack speed actually goes down, then you go down in your DPS. So, for instance, one of the... Oh, I'm out of life flasks. One of the parts about Consecrated Path is that the animation of it takes some time for the travel distance, right? So, for something like Consecrated Path, eventually attack speed is kind of like a diminishing return sort of thing, because eventually your animation actually doesn't speed up anymore. You're actually losing out on attacks. Like, your character is just spending all this time jumping around, and you can actually skip your own attacks because you're jumping around too much. That was introduced with, whatcha-who's-it? Animation canceling. You can actually kind of cancel your own animation if you go too fast on certain things. Like, if you're halfway through your jump and then you dash, you're not going to deal any damage. You will end your damage that you were going to deal at the end of that hit. So there are some skills that you want to be careful about capping your attack speed versus capping your actual hits. I feel like that was a much bigger thing back in the day, though, with stat sticking, with making it so that way one of your offhands didn't actually attack. I feel like that's gotten much, much better since they fixed dual wielding, and since they killed stat sticking. Mike says, wait, you're not playing Molten Strike? No, we're playing Consecrated Path at the moment. No worries, Mike. Level 51? In a level 51 zone? What is this? Who put this mad lad in charge of our leveling process? Are we dead? Is he going to Stormburst us to death? He might. Nope, he's dead. Wow, that's a lot of resistances. Hi. And it's got increased elemental damage with attack skills? Oh my. And it's got life! Hello, new belty boy. Holy crap. That was a great belt. I mean, the rest of this stuff is not great. I think that belt is totally worth taking on over Belt of the Deceiver. I mean, 38 life and 10 to all, but this is what? 32, 28, 21? And then 18% increased? Yeah, so I lose the nearby Intimidate, but that's fine. I lose increased global physical damage too, though. Okay, let's see here. What are we at? 67? We're at 68, but we lose the nearby enemies are intimidated. I think that resistance is 107, 106, 91. I think that fixes our resistances. Holy moly. And our life goes up to what? 23? So almost 100 life right there? Yeah. Man, that's two really good upgrades that we've gotten. That sword that dropped for us. And now this belt. These are some good upgrades. I'm okay with this. Maybe Chris Wilson is watching the stream today. Maybe he's like, you know what? Let's toss this guy a bone. We're going to screw him on his next league start. So let's give him something right now. Which, speaking of league start, I do kind of feel like SSF has that feeling of the rush of a league start, of actually finding upgrades and putting them to use. Like, actually finding stuff, not just trading for stuff. Definitely, I feel that rush whenever we're looking for an item upgrade. It's very different. When I'm playing in a trade league and I find currency, I'm very, very excited because it means I can go buy an upgrade. When I find currency in SSF, I'm actually less excited because I'm like, okay, maybe I can use that, maybe I can't. I'm much more excited when I actually find, you know, an item and go, oh, I'm going to use an ID scroll on it. And maybe, just maybe, that's going to be my new sword or my new belt. Like, I feel like items have got much more weight to them in SSF, if that makes sense. These rock guys hit pretty hard.
My spirit is spent.
My spirit is spent. Haven't heard that for a while. So my mana leech must be working pretty well. Yeah, I think the nearby enemies intimidate thing and the global physical damage. I think that's where we can see that we definitely lost some damage here. Because the nearby enemies take increased damage, that acts as a more multiplier. Mike says those Vol areas can sure feel super rewarding in SSF for sure. Oh yeah. I think that's where I found the majority of my big upgrades. Have been in Vol side areas. Alright, should we start her dialogue? Let's go drop this stuff off. Before the Brian King kills us. We don't want Brian King to kill us. Have any of you guys seen so far anything about Minecraft Dungeons, by the way? It's a game I've been looking forward to for a while, so I may stream some of it. I may stream like my first couple of playthroughs of it. Not sure yet, though. I don't want to stream something that I know people aren't going to like, and I don't know what you guys are going to think on Minecraft Dungeons. It's an ARPG, but it's a Minecraft ARPG, so I don't know. I already have a Vol Ancestral Warchief, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I do. So let's put this in here, so that way when this guy dies, I've got another one. Sounds like a smart plan. I know, I saw that it finally came out today, I think was the release day. So I was debating if I've got time this afternoon or maybe tomorrow's stream will be featuring some Minecraft Dungeons. Let's go. What's our chance to evade? 17%? That's not that great. Let's do this. Let's do Iron Reflexes. We go up from 32 to 45%. I like that. I like those numbers. Joyful says, I've not heard anything about it, but would watch one stream on it, at least to learn. James says, could just put a poll out about it. James, that's a good idea. I might do that later on today. Maybe I'll put a poll out on the YouTube community section. Am I dying? Okay, phase 1 down. I think with 76 elemental damage, I think I should be good for his lightning hits. As long as I don't have subsequential, like, multiple lightning hits in a row. He's almost down through phase 2. Okay. Watch for the lightning hits. You know what you can do, too? You can just go back to Line Eyes Watch and you can cheese it. You can come right back through. And then as long as you don't touch anything, you should have that grace period. See? And now he's done with his stuff. Even though he slammed me, he can't do any damage to me. Now he can, because I've activated myself, but... It's a bit concerning that my
spirit is
Molten Strike's not going off. Alright, now this last fight is where we use our Vol War Chieftains. Drop them. Calling Strike, kick in. Calling in Calling Strike, please. Calling in Calling Strike, thank you. Alright. And now we can go update the stream. Because we are on to, what, Act 7? Da 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 da. Act 7, baby. Supermoto says, I was just watching some reviews. Seems light on content. TBH sounds like it has loot issues and is buggy. Hey, that sounds great. It sounds like it's a proper sequel to an action RPG, right? Has content issues, has loot issues, and is buggy. That sounds like an action RPG, right? Am I right, guys? To me, that just sounds like another action RPG. Alright, I need a new helmet. I need a helmet with like 70 or more life. Do I have any Delve fossils? I have a couple. I could go with a pristine. Pristine and scorched. I don't have any of the stuff though. I could go buy some from Nico. But I could try to craft like on a 4-link helmet. It'd be kind of cool. Also, I need some melee gloves. I need some gloves that have got the implicit increased melee damage on them. That's something else that would be cool. Is that a reflect? Physical thorns. Am I just going to kill myself? No, I'm converting my damage, see? Didn't even break a sweat. The damage with Conk Path actually doesn't feel like the AoE is too bad with Conk Path. I know its concentrated effect is like much smaller AoE, but I feel like it's okay. Eventually I'm going to need some steel rings, right? Rather than 2 stone rings. To really give myself a bunch of physical damage. So that's probably something I should be looking out for. Some steel rings. Oh, speaking of Delve. I'm already full up. I need to go Delve. I'll probably die in the darkness. I actually lost my last regular hardcore character in Delirium just to running into a wall and then not flame dashing out fast enough. That was pretty stupid. It's a pretty great feeling to take a left when the cart takes a right, and then I'm like, hey, wait, I need to flame dash back to those guys. And I was playing as a support character, so I had no damage whatsoever. So I couldn't kill anything around me or life leech off anything. It was just instant dead. Kind of like what might happen here with Delirium. Am I dead yet? Oh, that hurt. What are the rewards here? Oh, the rewards are fossils. Nice. Let's try to get some rewards here. Can I even get one reward? Is my build that terrible? Not even going to get a single reward? Maybe it is that terrible. Ugh. Maybe instead of going for life, maybe I really do need to actually go for a few more damage nodes on the passive tree. Because Delirium mobs are just laughing at my DPS right now. Do we get 2? Do we even get 2? Wow, that's pretty pathetic. We got a Scorched, okay, and an Aberrant. Okay. The Scorched is good, right? We want the fire mods. I think I also want like a level 70 some odd. I want whatever the base is for a helmet that can roll like nearby enemies take, or nearby enemies have -9 to fire resistance. That would be the perfect world scenario on a helmet, right? I do no damage. I'm bleeding. Why don't I do any damage anymore? What's the deal here? I thought I just got weapon upgrades. No, I do damage. Okay, I do damage. I just need to actually hit. Am I going to go all the way up and grab Resolute Technique? Am I going to get so sick of not hitting monsters that I go get Resolute Technique? I wouldn't need to get Twin Shadows anymore then. Who needs Crit Multi? I should travel all the way up and get Elemental Overload, right? It adds build consistency. Damage consistency to your build. Jason says that's Warlord and it's I-85. Okay, there you go. So that's a ways away. That's what I'll say. It's a ways away. I really need to go into my delve.
No place better to hide your heresy than beneath the bishop's nose.
All right, I'm not hiding underneath the bishop's nose, but if you say so, buddy. There's not much that can really hide underneath my nose. Or wait, is it the opposite? Could everything hide underneath my nose because it's so large? Maybe that's what he's saying. Is the strange voice making comments about my nose now? No, he's talking about the bishop, right? I shouldn't take it personally. The bishop might want to take it personally, though. Jeez. Some guy with a strange voice is talking about you, Bishop. What is this? Rare jewelry? Alexander says, you need AoE badly. Are you running Conk Effect? I am running Conk Effect right now. Can't you just use Precision? I should be using Precision. That's a good call. That's a good call. Why am I not using Precision? I think early on in my leveling process, I leveled Precision too far, and then I never went back and grabbed it. And you guys remember how I said sometimes I forget to go back and do things that I'm supposed to do? Yeah, like that was like Act 1 or 2 that I leveled it up too far. And then I never went back and got Precision. Oh, man. There we go. Alright, let's get the Container of Sins. Let's grab Malagaro's map. And let's go grab a Precision. I like that idea. James says, I've never played Consecrated Path. Does the gem naturally convert or just physically, or just fizz? The gem actually naturally converts. It converts 50% of physical damage to fire. And then it deals up to 20% more damage to closer targets. So I wonder if that's actually some of the damage that's coming from Consecrated Path. If you increase the AoE, are other targets still technically closer to you because it's that inner circle that actually does the 20% more? That's kind of an interesting test scenario. Okay. Let's go get a precision. Let's not forget that part. Let's go buy one.
Hello.
Hello. Oh goodness, it's level 12.
While we live, we are blessed.
That's what I don't want. Does Lily have an Act 1? Or a level 1 precision? I think she does.
The Black Crest. She lives again.
There it is. Precision. Alright. Let's take this one skill point, come up here. Then we'll come over here, and then we'll make our way in towards Twin Terrors, not Twin Shadows. Twin Terrors is where we will go to. Alright, let's go and see what this is like. Now that we've got precision. Is there anything else that I want? Maybe I should do a level 1 clarity. Do I have room for a level 1 clarity? Yeah, I do on my boots. I should do a level 1 clarity. Because that at least gives me some mana regen. I'm not sure if I'm going to have all these sockets available for the endgame version of the build. Endgame. I might, though. Alright, so don't level up precision, don't level up clarity. Alexander says, I think your DPS will be fine without consecrated conk effect. Replace it with, I don't know, something else, then get some attack speed. Yeah, I was debating rage. I was debating generating some rage with it. That was one of the things that we were debating earlier. Earlier in this character's life. But I want each hit to be a big enough hit that my... such that my damage during boss encounters is actually solid. So maybe what I do is I gem swap. Right? Maybe I can gem swap. Because during boss encounters, it was absolutely atrocious. My damage was atrocious. So let's try not pulverize. Where's rage? Where did rage go? Didn't I have it? Didn't I have a rage? I'm going to rage. I thought I had a rage. Just had a rage gem. Where did it go? That's summon golem. Where did it go? Did you guys not see it? I just had it. Where did it go? Did I level it up somewhere else? Did I throw it away? Did I not buy rage? Did I buy pulverize? Maybe that's what I did. There's pulverize. There's rage. Oh, I didn't buy it because I didn't have any orbs of alteration. LOL. Laugh out loud. Ha ha ha. There we go, rage support. Alright, let's try it. So we've got faster attacks, we've got rage. I could go onslaught if I really wanted to be greedy. But I don't. I don't want to really be greedy. I could still level up Conk Effect, actually. I still have that blue gem socket. There we go. Alright, let's see what this does with rage. Let's see if I just accidentally kill myself. Because I'm going too fast. Do I have some rage? It looks like I have some rage. The rage meter is growing. Okay, don't level up precision. Don't level up clarity. Do level up Conk Effect. There we go. So I have 4 gems that I don't want to level, because they're set. Everything else I do want to level. You know what else I could use? Abyssco's Leash. That'd be great. Now, then I'd have to get rid of this really awesome belt. I could use a Sinvicticas on a weapon swap to give myself Rampage. That would be fun. Alright, let's touch the mirror and see how fast we can go.
Skill bound by logic built this grim sanctuary.
What?
Madness tore it down.
Madness tore what down? This guy is... He doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what his point is. First he's talking about a bishop and their nose. Now he's talking about madness and logic. Has somebody got the 411 on this guy? Because he's nuts. Okay, I think the mana issue is actually totally solved just with clarity and then a little bit of mana leech. Also, I feel like precision just made my accuracy skyrocket through the roof. Whoa. Because I am much more consistently hitting now. There's actually damage being dealt. That's fantastic. Hello to you, Great Dreamer! Well, hello there, buddy. Alright, there goes my rage. A serrated foil. Let's see if that's an upgrade. No, that's way worse. Go away. Alright, map device. Let's go. Now, in this zone, Maligaro's Sanctum, there's a bunch of stuff that causes bleed. So I've got to bleed. I've got to bleed and ignite. So let's see. Also, there's chaos damage in here too. If I'm remembering correctly. I think Miligaro does some significant chaos damage. But with him, you can at least dodge. With him, you just get out of the way of his telegraphed attacks and you're fine. It's these packs that are concerning to me. Give me some frenzy charges, thank you. Oh, reflect. Elemental thorns? What if I kill myself on reflect? That would be pretty great. That would be pretty tilting. Oh, what if I kill myself with that? Holy moly, what is that? Is that elemental weakness? Is that what that is? Go, Gadget. War Chief. Kill that thing. Thank you. Whoa! I thought those were all volatiles for a second. I thought I was dead. No, it was just the animation of their death. Okay. I was like, I've never seen that many volatiles before. Is that 6 or 7 of them together? That would have been an interesting rip clip. So pass synthesis, come back, please. Oh, man. I just need to save this name and make this name the name of every single character until synthesis comes back. Right? That's what I need to do? Maybe Chris Wilson will listen to me and hear my cry. Alright, out comes the spider. Kill Spider Boy. Whoa, chaos damage, hello. Whoa, hello. I'm out of flasks. Good thing I have consecrated ground.
My spirit is spent.
My spirit is spent. Why can't I travel back? Thank you. Like, I'm running out of mana flasks and I can't see where I'm going. Oh my goodness. Whew. Now I need to go, what? Back to town? Use the waypoint? There we go. Whew. There's moments where your eyeballs are just open for too long. Your eyeballs start to get dry and you're like, what? What's happening? Something's happening. I know I'm about to die, but I can't see it. Alright, don't touch anything. Grace period. Let him attack, and then drop. Watch for his big swarthy attack. Calling strike anytime now. Thank you much.
I
Whew.
believe in traveling light.
I believe in traveling light. Can I pick up the black venom? There we go. Minnie says, hello G3. Do you plan to play hardcore for 311? I don't. My new baby is due about halfway through the league. So that'll be our fourth living kid. So no, I do not plan on playing hardcore during 3.11. Plan is to do softcore, to run the bank, to hang out with everybody, to have a good old time, and then hopefully,
Be well.
God willing, to have a healthy baby and healthy wife. Ooh, that's a lot of physical. I lose out on some LE resistances. That's just life and resistances, right? Yeah, it's decent. Let's put it in leveling 2. I feel like that's... gooder than what I have, but maybe it's not enough int? Yeah, I lose out on that. Can I roll int on that? It's got open suffix, so I could roll int on it. But I feel like the damage there, 440, 80... Yeah, that's 400 damage. Let's do that. Let's see if we can roll some int on that. Jason says, have you tried using inspiration support? I have not. Disco, what is up? Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here today. Is that enough int? That's enough int. Okay. Drop these in the jewels section. Drop this in delve. You know what? I'm going to take a moment just to say I'm kind of proud of myself. This is what, 2 characters through... 2 characters in SSF through what, 7.5 acts? So, I'm not taunting the game. I'm not taunting the game. Chris Wilson, if you're watching, I'm not saying your game is terrible and that it's too easy. But rather, I'm saying I'm playing at an appropriate pace where I am staying alive and I'm treating the game with the proper amount of respect. I could probably be going a bit faster. Probably. But that would lead to even more mistakes, as always. Alright, this was good for 2 different resistances.
Keep your life to your own.
Oh, that's got some chaos resistance. Interesting. Put that in our leveling tab too. Level 54. It's not really a good leveling item. I guess I can't really use that as a good leveling item. Oh, that's funny. Hey, thanks for the well wishes, Mimi. Thank you for the well wishes. Yeah, we're very excited. My wife and I are very excited. We're having a boy, and so we're very excited. Hopefully everything's going well with baby, so growth and everything is going well. His brothers and sisters are all excited to hopefully see him healthy. Oh, there's a Vol side area. Let's go there. Maybe we'll get an upgrade. What is our next clear upgrade, by the way? Is it my helm slot? I think it's my helm slot. Although the helm slot's already pretty good. Maybe it's one of these rings. Yeah, maybe it's the ring with the cold damage on it. Like if I could replace that with either physical or fire, that would be better than the cold. How do I, there we go. How do I get here? Disco says, what build are you working on today? We are working on a gladiator or duelist. You should be, hopefully you can see that next to me. Next to my slightly balding geriatric face. that we are working on a gladiator duelist using max block and then consecrated path. And the discussion question today is, should I play Minecraft Dungeons and show that on stream to you guys? If you guys would like me to do that, I think I'm going to put James Moray had said, hey, maybe put that up as a YouTube poll. So maybe I'll do that this afternoon. We'll put up a poll and say, hey, tomorrow do you want to see Minecraft Dungeons? Yes or no? And then tomorrow, if I've got time to stream, I'll either stream more PoE or I'll stream some Minecraft Dungeons. Some of the more popular streams that we've done that have been of service to the community have been those new games, like new game streams. That's been something that people have enjoyed. Like when we showed off Wilson, a lot of people enjoyed that we showed that off. Some people bought the game because of that, some people didn't, right? So it's good to be able to have people you trust inform you and show you about games that you may want to play, right? Mike says, running Rage and Berserk would just make me think you chose the wrong ascendancy. Yeah. No, that's a good point. Didn't you really want to be a berserker? Yeah, basically. I'm a gladiator cosplaying as a berserker. That's all that would mean. I need to get second wind support as well. I think Lily's got that as well at Act 6. So I should probably pick that up so that way my dash has got an extra dash on it. Does second wind do anything for a consecrated path? There's no cooldown timer on it, right? Maybe there's an internal cooldown timer on it? I don't know. So this morning when I took my my newest dog out for a walk prior to booting up the stream and eating breakfast, it was so nice out. And there needs to be a word for this in English. Maybe there's a word for it in German or in another language. But do you know the feeling when you're going for a walk and memes aside, you know, oh, go for a walk, Iron. I didn't know there was a life outside of PoE. Memes aside. Do you know that feeling that you get when you're going for a walk and there's just an incredibly nice, steady breeze that you get while you're walking? Do you know that feeling? Like when you're going for a walk and it's warm outside, it's hot out, and almost hot enough to be slightly unpleasant, and then that cool breeze just catches you. Just a little bit of a cool, steady breeze. Not like a brisk, like, hey, it's chilly and cold and a storm is coming. But like a steady breeze. That's what there was today. We need to have a word for that in English. Like steady breeze doesn't do its justice. Saying something is beautiful doesn't do it justice either. Like you wouldn't say a breeze is beautiful, right? But there needs to be a word for that. Where it's almost like it gives you a breath of fresh air, right? Maybe that's the term that we use for it. Oh, that's going to detonate corpses. Did it already detonate the corpses and I just wasn't paying attention? Probably. I'm over here too focused on waxing poetic about the breeze. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. When I take my dog for a walk and there's that nice, gentle, consistent breeze, that it's a relief and not an offense. It's quite nice. Alright, go get them, War Chiefs. See, I've advertised this as playing a Gladiator Consecrated Path build, but secretly I'm just playing War Chiefs. Ooh, Vanity. That's the second one of those I've gotten, I think. I think I've got 2 or 3 of them now. Minnie says, happiness? A happy breeze? Yeah. That'd be an acceptable term, right? A happy breeze? A joyful breeze? A relaxing breeze? A soothing breeze? What? What did that give me? Give me a bunch of junk. What a crappy delirium. Fortifies up to level 10. Nice. Oh, this guy does chaos damage. So let's make sure that we get right in there on top of his chaos damage, right? This guy does chaos damage. Let's jump right into that. That's both the blessing and the curse of Conk Path having mobility built into it, right? Reave or cleave, I could at least stand, you know, at least some distance away. Reposition myself. I guess that's what the consecrated ground is for. It's like, hey, if you're teleporting yourself into a degen, at least there's something here that helps mitigate the degen. But it really isn't much, right? It's a reason not to go Volpack, I guess. To give yourself some amount of regen. Hey, welcome, Junior. I'm doing well today. How are you? So far, it's been a beautiful day. I was just waxing poetic about taking my dog for a walk this morning and how beautiful the breeze was. See, it doesn't work. Saying beautiful breeze, like how chilling? Nah, it wasn't chilling. How calming? Nah, it wasn't calming. It didn't make me want to sit down. There was a steady breeze that provided a breath of fresh air. And see, that's so wordy. It's so weird. In German, they have so many different specific words for specific things. We need to have a specific word in English for what a breeze is like when it's refreshing. Maybe refreshing? A refreshing breeze? Maybe refreshing works a little bit? I don't know. So, Junior, welcome to the stream. You've caught us in a poetic moment. Or in a moment where we're talking about taking our dogs for walks. Here's a question for you guys, by the way. Those of you who are dog owners. Oh, that's a boss. That's a boss. Get away from me. Go away. I do not want to be in here. That is a boss that is delirium infected. That's right. That's the necromancer and his bone guy. Do not want to be fighting them under delirium. So a question for you guys who walk your dogs. Do you walk your dogs on the same routes? Or do you guys have different routes that you walk your dogs along? Like, will you follow the same pattern, the same walk every single time?
My spirit is
Or will
spent.
you take your dog for a slightly different route? Because right now I've been walking my new puppy on different routes. I'm trying to get him acclimated to all of the different smells that are in and around our neighborhood and our parks. Jason says a pleasant breeze. Mike says a spring breeze. I like that. Pleasant and spring. I like both of those. Those are both good. Let's get rid of some of this junk. Joyful says a fresh breeze is a thing. Yeah, fresh breeze.
Exile.
Carlos says doing great. Already did my daily workout and walk. Nice. So you're feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the day. Alright, let's go here. That's garbage. Should have sold it. Let's just go throw this stuff in dump tab. I think actually... How many of those do I have? Yeah, I have 2 of those. Do I have any humility? I don't have any humility. I have 2 vanities and no humilities. Guess I just gotta keep farming those, right? I should probably increase one of these life lasts, right? Yeah, I should. I don't have any alterations, though. It's part of the problem. You know what, though? I think I can do a menagerie craft. Let's do that. Revitalizing breeze, says James. That's a good one. Jazz says, I don't know about walking a dog, but my old cat used to run full speed into walls. Oh, the joys and delights of our good friends, the cats and dogs of our lives. All right, so this right now is a freeze flask. So let's make this a freeze flask, which is what, of heat. But let's make sure that none of these monsters are way over leveled. Okay, we're good.
To the first ones you are worthy.
Well, I thought I was good. Let's not stand in that shocking ball over there, that orb of storms.
Truly a survivor.
All right, there we go. Now we can actually replace this crappy 300 life flask with a pretty good flask. Do I want to add something on there? Let's add something on there. Increased recovery when on low life. There you go. Sure. That sounds great. There you go. Ashen Fields. Minnie says, I run with my dog. That's one of the first, that's one of my favorite moments of the day, and I have multiple paths that we can run. More fun. That sounds good. Sounds enjoyable. Mike says, Febreze. Like, that's like the English word for a fresh breeze. Yeah. I think the Germans have us beat on this stuff. I think the German language just, it's got so many specific words for very specific things. I think they've got us beat on this. Maybe there's a German word for a fresh spring revitalizing breeze. But do you see how many words that takes us to say? I don't know. And I'm not even sure if I'm communicating the idea of what I actually experienced this morning. That's the thing. I'm using all of these words to try to describe what it is that I experienced. I think pleasant spring breeze is the best way to say it. A revitalizing, fresh, spring, pleasant breeze. It's too damn wordy. I'm a wordy guy, and that's too damn wordy for me. Oh, an alteration. I need those. Ooh, a Vol Orb. Nice. Alright, let's go fight this god. We're at 2,500 life, so we should be good-ish. Feel like we should be good. Our damage is pretty good. We're building up rage. This is actually like the perfect boss to fight with rage. Right? Alright, down he comes. Because he's got so many different guys that we can build up towards, we should basically have full rage fighting this guy. And there's so many adds in this fight. It's really nice for keeping flasks up. There we go. Ralakesh! On we go to the Northern Forest. Jason says a flatulent breeze. Yeah, flatulent breeze. I don't feel like that quite does it. A flatulent breeze would describe me after last night's dinner of hot dogs and baked beans. A flatulent breeze. I feel like if we put together any stream highlights from today, our discussion about flatulent breezes and the different types of breezes have to be included, right? What was the highlight of the stream today? Well, we found an Exalt. We got an upgrade for our weapon. And we talked about flatulent breezes. Those were just some of the many highlights of our time hanging out together today on stream. Oh boy. By the way, here's a quick survey question. Those of you who enjoy and watch the stream, did you guys also watch the highlight rip clip video? I debate whether or not that's just like doing too much or not. Like if I stream the same day and then put out a highlight video, it's like, is that too much? But from the metrics, it looked like more people watched the highlight rip clip than the stream itself, which is pretty natural, right? It's a lot easier to watch a 1-minute rip clip than it is to watch a 4-hour or 3-hour stream. So that's understandable. Do I want to go fight the Mother of Despair? Probably not. I want to beat her. I don't want to die to her, though. I'm level 54 now. I'm actually over-leveled to the zone. So I could probably speed it up just a wee bit. Alteration. Firefly. Let's see here. Here's another Firefly. Hey, bud, what's up? Oh, okay. Is Mommy and Chauncey still outside? Oh, okay. Me and you are the only ones here? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Well, and all of our friends who are watching us play. They're all here too, but they're not really here, right? They're not in the same room as us. That'd be kind of weird. Alright, let's go back to town. Drop these off with Yina.
Daddy,
Yeah, bud?
sometimes
What's that?
can I help you?
You want to help me with the game? Maybe this afternoon after rest time and you're done with school.
You truly are a
Okay.
hero of the
Can you do me a favor? Can you go ask Mommy what's for lunch? Can you go do that?
I must say I'm
So you'll need to use your little legs and walk all the way downstairs, walk all the way outside, and ask Mommy.
theocratic dictatorship. Exile allowed me to be free of
So you're going to need to walk out to the porch and say, Mama, what's for lunch? Daddy needs to know.
You deserve
All right, thanks, bud. Mimi says a flatulent breeze and a pregnant wife. That sounds very dangerous to me, or dangerous to you. It's not dangerous to me as long as I'm the flatulent one, right? Now, when the baby causes gas, you're right, that is dangerous.
Remember to live.
All right, so I have to take the fireflies to Yina at the temple, or at the old city. All right, so do I come in and grab Twin Terrors now? Or do I start making my way up towards Gemini now? Oh, so many tough choices. This is actually, we said what? This was level 77 to come up and grab Gemini, or 72, depending on how much we grab from the Primeval Force. And that's with no cluster jewels yet. Ugh. Jazz says, hey Iron, can we call the little ones G1 and G2? I mean, you can. They also have gamer tags as well. The problem with calling them G1 and G2 is I've got 4 kids now, right? So, that's the problem. Disco says, sounds like a nice kid, lucky you. I am very lucky in that regard. I'm very, very blessed with the kids that I've been given. Oh man, it's way more critical strike chance if we come in here, and it's also better crit multi. What's my POB right now? Let's actually pull up our POB. Let's see, if I go over here, can you guys still see POB? I think so. Alright, let's import our character, League, SSF, Delirium, passive tree. Okay, main skill, Consecrated Path. Our crit chance is 7.20. Let's go to our tree here. Yeah, bud? Okay, what's up?
I said I was saying something while I was coming up.
Did you ask Mommy about lunch?
It was Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday! Alright, that sounds excellent. Alright, you want to sit there and watch for a little bit? Or you can go play your games. What's that? I know. But not right now, bud. Maybe in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. What is it that you're going to go play? Hey, look at these. Look at these. When I had Chauncey up here earlier, he was playing with your Sum-Sums. You want to take him and put him back with the rest of your Sum-Sums?
With his paws?
No, with his mouth. He was trying to eat your Sum-Sums. You go put him away. Oh, Grandpa's looking for you, bud. Grandpa's here? That's what Mama just said. Mama just said Grandpa's here looking for Ezra. Can you go outside? Go find him on the porch. He said he's looking for you on the porch. Apparently, my father-in-law is here. Excellent. Alright, so let's take a look here. If I come in here and grab Twin Shadows... Twin Terrors. Why do I keep calling them Twin Shadows? If I come here and take Twin Terrors, that gives me an increase of about 10% damage. It gives me another 6% crit chance. 6.9% effective crit chance. 3% hit chance. So that's decent. If I grab Primeval Force, this is 2%, 8%. Primeval Force is 16% average damage increase. So that's a much better DPS increase, but my chance to hit doesn't go up at all. Chance to hit with Twin Terrors goes up. What's my hit chance right now? 94%? It would go up to 97% if we get crit with Twin Terrors. I think that's what we're going to do. My total DPS is trash. Look at that total DPS, guys. Total DPS is 8,000. My build is so trash. Alright, let's go here. Let's do this. Oh, Jazz says, hey, Iron. I found something out if you didn't know. Alright, what's that? Nico gets crazier as you go deeper in the mines and gets more voice lines and stuff. It's really neat. Yes, it is. The deeper you go into Delve, the more you'll find out about Nico's backstory. The more he'll talk to you. He is one of the better written characters, I think. I feel bad for Nico and for Cavis, because both Nico and Cavis both have just fantastic backstory, and yet Delve very rarely actually, like, players... Whoa, hey, that's a lot of damage. Very rarely players will actually experience the end game of Delve, because for most players, they just won't see it, right? They're just not gonna delve deep. All right, this is by far so far been the most damage that I've taken. But down she goes. That's another passive point. Yeah, I think it's just a tragedy because Cavis and Nico both have these wonderful amount of voice lines. Cavis, you can't hear them at all right now, basically. Xana's got a bunch of voice lines that also interact with synthesis. So there's just a lot of different stuff that it's kind of unfortunate. Alright. Let's go deliver the fireflies to Yina. Let's go be a firefly delivery man.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Didn't even break a sweat. Alright, let's go deal with the wacky weird voice. The strange voice. Let's see if he talks about noses. Can you feel it? Despair. Thick as cloth. Now he's talking about clothes. Okay. Totally wacko weirdo guy. I think I need to keep my flasks rolling as well, because that's actually giving me some more damage, right? No, not yet. Not yet. Not until I get Primeval Force. What's the rewards here? Treasure chest. Uh-oh, Rogue Exile. Rogue Exiles under Delirium can be very scary. Where's this? Kill the Rogue Exile, please. Thank you. Oh, fun. Unique monster. Kill that guy, please. Thank you. Watch the fire. Am I not picking up orbs of augmentation? Maybe that's why I never have alterations. Couple of orbs of fusing. Nice. Lucas says, hi, Iron. Working on a Shield Basher 3.0, aka the Glass Cannon. 9+ charges and a second gets messy. Wow, that does sound messy, Lucas. Disco says, when you say endgame delve depth is... I think it's like 600 is where his voices get even nuttier, right? I think it's 600 is where Nico's voices go... starts getting new voice lines. I think. I could be wrong about that. I thought it was 600. My point is that most players who play Path of Exile don't even delve, period, right? Let alone delve deep. And so there's all of these wonderful voice lines that are built in, and this, you know, this lore that's built into PoE that the vast majority of players won't ever experience. I mean, it's really cool for players who are willing to put the time in to delve deep. But for a lot of players, they're just never going to experience that. Apparently, I can't make that jump. I need Leap Slam set up somewhere, right? I can't make that jump either. There we go. Come on. I'm making longer jumps as I'm just naturally hitting back to back. Oh, travel skill and unit collision in PoE. Name me a better duo. More iconic duo. Alright, let's touch the waypoint. Whoops. Now these guys are Chaos Spitters. These guys, they can actually do damage to us. Because we still have negative 30 Chaos. So that's a bit concerning. Is that an explosion effect? No. I thought I heard something explode. There I go, just hearing things again. This is actually one of the more wonky layouts for Conk Path to interact with. This is kind of weird. Superior War Banner, nice. It's GCP. Oh, nice! 6-socket. We need those. Okay, so we're going to get, what, fragments and essences here? This is actually a pretty good reward. I like that I look at the reward as we're at the end of the instance. I'm sorry, I was too focused on staying alive. Hey, what's up, K-Trim? Welcome, welcome. Jazz says, honestly, endgame's depths are probably at least like 500. The average player doesn't make it to 300. Yeah, I don't think the average player makes it to eye level 83 zones for delve depths. I don't think so. All right, we got what? We got the same unique twice? Okay. Don't I already have a windscreen? I thought I already have a windscreen. Ornament of the East. Got 2 of those. Okay, then. Essences, and then plated greaves. What is this chest piece? Do I want this chest piece? No, I don't. At least this is Alk Shards, right? Oh, Storm Charger. Ooh. 30% of physical damage converted to lightning damage. Now that's interesting. I would need a whole bunch more, like another layer of conversion to go on. I would need lightning to then be converted. I could do lightning to cold and then cold to fire. Wow, I could convert all my damage. Mike says you can temporarily move points from the Scion Life Wheel like last time. That's true. That's true. If I need the extra passive points, I could. It's a good point. But right now I feel like already my damage is going up considerably. Just grabbing those last 2 points. I feel like I can be patient and just wait for my passives here. Oh, that's a chromatic, isn't it?
I believe in traveling light.
Alright, let's go drop off. Alex says it gets eerier from 300 then to 350. Okay, that makes sense. K-Trim says dual wield the Gut Rippers. Yeah. No, we're doing Conk Path, so no, unfortunately, no claws for us. I think, is that my 3rd one that's dropped? Yeah, look at this. Ornament of the East. Look at this junk. Ah! Of all the uniques that could drop. Ah! I've got 3 of the same crappy unique. Now that looks like a pretty good axe, but I don't think I can dual wield axes and swords, right? They broke that interaction, or do they still allow it? 4800 is my DPS right now versus 4800. Yeah, did they break it? I thought they broke it. 47. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. That seems like a decent axe though. So if this guy dies, put that in leveling too. If this guy dies, that's at least a decent axe. Level 54 though. It's pretty high required level. All right, let's dump the rest of this stuff into dump tabs. Ooh, unset ring. Oh, that's garbage. Yuck. Get off of my screen. Do you ever ID something and it's so offensive to you, you don't even want it on your screen? That's what that was to me. Oh, this is all garbage. Okay, onslaught that removes burning. That I can keep.
Hello.
I should have sold all that stuff instead of deleting it. Oh well. That's why I don't have any alteration orbs. I also don't have alterations because I keep throwing stuff in my dump tabs, but that's okay. We'll go through them at some point, right? Right? I say that every stream. At some point I'll go through my dump tabs. At some point. Pora says, if I get one more Bramblejack as a unique drop in Delirium. Yeah. You and me both, man. Stop dropping crappy uniques. James says, I had to step out for a while. Did I miss any more Exalted Orb drops? Nope, I'm just up to 2. I've dropped 1 on my Scion, and now I've dropped 1 on my Gladiator. So we're just to 2 right now. No more Exalt drops. In fact, James, I'm going to blame you. When you stepped out, you're probably the reason why no more have dropped. I'm just teasing, James. I'm just teasing. I tease because I enjoy your company. I heard a great descriptive line the other day. Women, what was it? Women, it was something like women give compliments to insult one another, and men give insults to compliment one another. It was a generalized statement. It was interesting. It was an interesting statement. So I asked my wife about it. I said, do women really use compliments as insults? And she says, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's very, very classic. Interesting. It's an interesting observation. I certainly can say, at least in gaming, oftentimes we give each other a hard time. That's one way that guys show affection for one another, right? Is giving each other a hard time, teasing each other. Ultimately, for anybody, regardless if you're man or woman, that can cross a line, certainly. And it goes from teasing to just straight up bullying. Pora says, yesterday I got 2 tabulas in the first hour of my Bleed Bow Gladiator. Wow, congrats, dude. That's really good. 2 tabulas. What do you even do with 2 tabulas? If 2 tabulas drop for you in SSF, do you wear one and then you just have another one for whenever that character dies? Is that what you do? I'm at 2,500 HP. I feel like I should probably be at 3,000 HP by now. And maybe not. Maybe Act 8. Act 8, get to 3,000. Act 9, get to 3,500. Act 10, get to 4,000. That sounds about right. Sounds like an acceptable timeline. I'm trying to hold off for a 5-link in my chess piece. I'm going to keep using this tabula until I get a 5-link with some life that I can roll with proper sockets. That's what I'm telling myself, at least. Am I dead? No, not yet. If we ever print G3 meme t-shirts, in addition to slightly balding forehead, we need to print one out that just says, am I dead? That's probably my favorite phrase to use in hardcore. Oh, watch out for that. It's a lot of ice. A lot of cold damage. How else can I die? This is kind of obnoxious. All those guys are going to hit me at once. I'm going to die. Whoops. I'm losing the Delirium. I'm losing the Delirium, Captain! I can't hold her! It's okay, Scotty. What do we get? Chaos Orb, Cartographer, Chromatic. A Graceful Sword. I want the crit multi. Accuracy, I'm what? 97% chance now with Twin Shadows? Or with Twin Terrors? I feel like that's pretty good. Oh, here's that unique guy. Kill that unique guy, Bright Blade. He hits really hard, doesn't he? I don't know, he's dead. I like this. I like this offensive approach to hardcore. I like that doing like next to no damage, to me, is an offensive approach. Such is the life of a paranoid hardcore player. I just don't want to lose my character in the 10-act story. I want to get to Kitava, kill Kitava, and then go die in maps. It feels like something of an achievement every time I take down Kitava in hardcore. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Don't you guys feel that way, though, too? Even in softcore, taking down Kitava feels like an achievement. I don't know. Kong says, pretty much all of Southeastern Asians use compliments as a way to insult. Not always, though. Yeah. It's an interesting world that we live in, right? The way how we choose to use our words. Pora says, yeah, I wore one and corrupted the other. Oh, are you talking about the ornaments? Oh, now that's an interesting idea. I should be using Vol Orbs on those things, right? Because maybe I get an interesting unique corruption, or an interesting corruption on the unique. That's fair. What level am I? 55? In a 55 zone? Staying on top of it. Can I jump that? Oh, come on! Dash! I need Flame Dash or Leap Slam. How sad is it that I've made it this far without getting an actual travel skill? A real travel skill that I'm just using Dash from Act 1. Oh, that's Chrome. Pick that up. We're going to need that for when we get a 5-link that's got crappy, crappy colors. I think this is good. We're still pretty much one-shotting stuff. For the most part. Occasionally there's some rares that we'll have to actually hit a few times, but this is much better than where we were at. Whereas like every single pack was taking 5 or 6 hits. And our accuracy was atrocious. That was like Act 5, Act 6. It took multiple hits to take something down, even if it was just like a regular pack. Yeah, so I think the rage was a good call. Whoever that was that said, "Hey, try rage out." That was a good call. Oh, tabulas are what you're gonna corrupt. Yeah, that's a good call. Corrupt one, keep the other. That's a good call. If you get multiple of the same unique, corrupt one, keep the other. See what you get. That's a good call. Because you never know. Maybe you'll get like +1 socketed gems or something. Maybe it'll even turn into a rare that you can use. Maybe it'll corrupt and have white sockets. Whoa! Oh, nice. Tormented Spirit. Tormented Spirit into a Chaos Spitter. Yikes. Kind of spooky.
I believe in traveling light.
I believe in traveling light. Alright, so I need to go drop stuff off before we kill Arakali. Ooh. Alchemy. I was running out of those earlier. I think I actually have more Chaos than anything else in my stash right now. Besides for like portals or something. Wisdom Scrolls. Chaos Spitters. Yikes. Chaos Spitters, by the way, are the reason why I'm not running my Alpha missions right now, because I have 0 Chaos resistance, and you can pop into an incursion and just straight up lose your character as soon as you pop in. Like, you can get unlucky that way.
I believe in traveling light.
Oh, that's a chromatic, so I actually want that. Let's go back to base. Jazz says, did you hear about the press tour leak saying the League logo is blue and is about crafting? Almost like we're getting a Synthesis 2.0? Fingers crossed? I did. It's not a leak. It's not a leak. That was actually from... At least where I read it. We actually posted that onto YouTube last night. It was actually from Bex. That the League logo was blue. Chaos resistance, all attributes, all elemental resistances, and lightning resistance. Doesn't have life on it. It's got room to craft life, though. Oh, that's a lot of... That ring is really a lot of damage. Look at that. Flat fire, increased fire, flat fizz. It's a really good ring. This one, the cold is bad. The accuracy's nice, though. Yeah, we'll throw this. What's the required level for this? 39. You generally don't need chaos resistance. Like what, prior to Act 8, really? Because it's really Dodre is really where it gets scary. And Arakali with her chaos spit during her final phase. I'm gonna keep that. It's actually not very good. It's got all attributes and life, but that's really all that there is to it. That's not very good. I should have sold it. Whoops. Life, cold damage, increased attack speed, increased mana. Okay, we'll keep that one. Let's keep all these useless items into all these stash tabs that I'm never going to go back into. I mean, that I'm going to use the next time that I'm leveling up. Mike said, furthest I've made it in SSF Hardcore was level 92 with a Fortified Corrupted Ornament of the East. Oh, nice. So you've got some personal attachment to Ornament of the East, then. Disco says, don't mock white socket corruption. That allowed me to run Foxshade 6-link over a Tabula. Hey, that's something, man. No, I was mocking the Tabula might corrupt and give 6 links, 6 white links. Jazz says, I was unaware. That's cool. I love Bex. Just heard about it in a chat room somewhere. Yep. Yeah, so Bex's official announcement yesterday was filled with teasers. Filled with teasers. About a crop of something that other teasers might crop up. To keep our ears to the ground and keep our eyes peeled. So I was wondering if, like, maybe Eye of Innocence is getting a change or a buff or something. Maybe Ground Slam is getting a rework. Although I think Ground Slam had just gotten, like, retuned pretty recently, right? Alright, what is this level going to give me? Nah, it's going to give me some dex. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's kill Spider Girl. Spider Girl, Spider Girl. Does whatever a Spider Girl does. Shoots her chaos, and then I die. Spider Girl, Spider Girl.
My spirit is spent.
Alright, so far so good. Spider Girl, Spider Girl. Watch out for the Chaos Spit. Okay, we're doing okay. We're out of Mana Flask. Go back to town. James says, me leading up towards a new league. Please don't nerf minions or melee. Please don't nerf minions or melee. Yeah. Generally, something's going to get nerfed. I don't think minions and melee are on the chopping block, though. Not this league. I don't think so. Oh, I should have saved that for the second, for her final phase. After she eats Silk. Yeah, that was stupid of me. Should have saved the Vol Ancestrals, because now they're both going to expire. Alright, is she going to the corner? Where's she going? Nope. Alright, there she's going to stamp. There she's going to stomp. Watch for the Chaos Balls. Watch for the Chaos Balls. Watch the stamp. Okay, more Chaos. More Chaos Balls. Whoa, hello. How are we doing on flasks? We're doing okay. Where'd she go? Here she is. Calling strike, please. There we go. Act 8. Pretty quick. Pretty quick. Not bad. Death is the true climax of perverted lust. K-Trim says, I really hope to play Cyclone build next league. I really hope they don't touch that. Maybe Cyclone survives. Cyclone is something that every time I look at it, I'm like, how is this still allowed to be as good as it is? Other stuff crops up, and it's like, it sees a little bit of the player base play it, and it gets nerfed. Like, I would not be shocked. In fact, not only would I not be shocked, I'm expecting a nerf for Arc this league. Just because Arc was the chosen preference thing to be played by the Herald stacking Guardians and Scions, right? I'm expecting an Arc nerf. Does Arc itself need to be nerfed? Is anybody playing Arc outside of using Purposeful Harbingers? No, probably not. But nonetheless, that's what I'm expecting. Ooh, we got a large cluster jewel. Nice. It's one of the things that GGG does, is they nerf stuff in whole batches, right? Kill the whole thing. Like, for instance, you don't always know what's going to kill a build, right? Or what's going to enable another build that's just going to be a slight variant of that old problematic build, whatever it was. So, for instance, with Purposeful Harbinger, right, they might be a little bit worried about Purposeful Harbinger, and so you might just say, well, just nerf that. But it could be that they're also worried about Arc and how Arc is going to interact with new stuff, so they'll nerf that as well. For instance, when strength stacking Baron Mancers were all the rage in 3.9 during Metamorph League, the nerf to Shaper's Touch was pretty much enough to kill that build. They didn't necessarily need to nerf the Baron as well. They didn't need to nerf Joffrey's. Just nerfing the Shaper's Touch by as much as they did, it really put an end to that build for most players. And yet, they still decided to nerf all of those other components of the build. So
I believe in treading light.
that's completely within their prerogative. I'm not saying that's a bad move or a dumb move or that GGG shouldn't do it. I'm just saying, to kill a build, oftentimes you don't need to nerf a whole bunch of stuff. To kill a build, you really only need to nerf like one or two things oftentimes that a build is taking advantage of and is built on. And with Purposeful Harbinger builds, it's probably going to be Purposeful Harbinger. The problem is that it's not just Purposeful Harbinger, right? A lot of people are worried about, well, for instance, stacking any kind of cluster jewel. It's what a lot of the player base is worried about. It's got some spell. I feel like I've got some cold spell builds that are like coming together here. I've got a lot of items for cold builds. That's just a ton of damage on a two-hander. Too bad I'm going dual wield.
Greetings.
Valder says, "Why does GGG hate Sunder?" Yeah, Sunder used to be meta for years. Like I would be lying if I didn't say that Sunder wasn't meta for years. Sunder was the go-to melee leveling skill for not just for a time, for years in PoE. All right, go here and then go here and then go grab Herbalism. Go grab Aspect of the Panther. Okay, that's good. Cowshead says, "I'm just happy they are not nerfing based on most popular. Remove a chain from Arc and see the roar. Remove one chain." Yeah, I don't see why they would need to, though. That's the thing. I don't see the need of why Arc needs a nerf, if at all. I don't see that. Oh, that's actually better than what I'm wearing, right? 69-18. It's slightly less armor, but... Oh, I could go animate Guardian build, right? Pillar of the Caged God. Oh, there we go. There's our stat stacking build. We can go Pillar of the Caged God in SSF. I actually need to start picking up some of these Scrolls of Wisdom, don't I? Yeah, I don't see a need to nerf Arc, but it would not surprise me. And here's the reason why. From a design perspective, oftentimes you don't know how the player base is going to react and what sort of builds they're going to come up with. Again, there's so many different interactions in PoE. That's one of the reasons why we all love PoE, right? Is because there's so many different interactions. So looking back and saying, hey, they could have just nerfed Shaper's Touch and that was enough to kill the Baron Stackers, that might be true, but they didn't know so at the time, right? So to nerf a whole bunch of things to make sure that the build is dead because they don't like doing mid-league nerfs is a solution to that, right? So it might be that Arc gets nerfed because rather than risk seeing Arc as being a surviving part of that Purposeful Harbinger build that somebody figures out is actually, you know, again, another build enabling part of it. Did I just get stuck? I got stuck in there. That was weird. It's safer to just nerf across the board than it is to to nerf just one thing and hope that works, and risk having a bunch of players upset because the same meta rolls over from the same league. Jason says, take away Purposeful Harbinger and all the current meta skills are mediocre? Maybe. Warcries would like a discussion with you. Also, Crit Multi on melee, or on minions would like a discussion with you. Crit Multi on minions is ridiculous. But nobody's playing minions this league, and so nobody knows that. But it's still very true. I need a new helm.
Hello. See you.
See you. I need a new helm that gives me some kind of buff to my damage. Pillar deserves a buff, says Buck. Yeah. Pillar's an interesting unique. It's interesting if you really want to stack, you know, all of your stats across the board. What's it at right now? What are the numbers? 1% increased AoE per 20 intelligence. 1% attack speed per 10 dexterity. 16% increased physical weapon damage per 10 strength. That's a lot. I should put a Pillar of the Caged God on my strength stacking chieftain. Oh, that would be so amazing. James said, no one is playing minions this league? Did I miss a memo? James, I don't mean no one is playing it. I'm sorry. The meta isn't revolving around minions. Katrim says, to fix the Herald stacking issue, just limit large clusters to 1 per character. There are other jewels that have that limitations. Yeah. I'm still... the thing that I'm the biggest fan of still is the... the solution to move some popular medium notables onto large cluster jewels, because then you can't have both voices and stacking a whole bunch of these very popular medium ones. Just move some of the better stackable options onto large cluster jewels, and by doing that you already cut the availability of those number of notables and stacking them down by a significant margin. Because right now you can get how many medium cluster jewels into a build? Right? Let's say if you're just using 2 voices, that's already 6 medium cluster jewels. Whereas if you move it onto large jewels, even if you wanted to dedicate your entire tree to getting 3 large cluster jewels, that means that instead of having 6 possible notables stacked, it's only 3. So you're nerfing it in half already. Daniels makes a great point. With 2 large clusters, you're killing Warcry. Yeah. Yeah, Warcry is back. It's not as though Warcry has been around for leagues on end and is just totally broken. You know, Warcry just now is experiencing some level of resurgence due to cluster jewels being there. Porus says, I just got a cluster jewel with 50% crit and crit multi for minions. Should I be using it? If you were playing a minion build that can take advantage of crit multi, then yes. It is massive. It is so hard as a summoner to get crit multi onto your minions. The fact that we got the amount of crit multi available to us that we did this league was a massive buff. Massive buff to any minions that do crit, including one of the most popular DPS minions, which is Redeemer Sentries. It's massive for DPS.
Large walls trying to keep out or keep in.
Yeah, what are such large walls trying to keep out or keep in? Okay, so the voice has gone from talking about noses and bishops and madness and logic to now talking about walls. I guess it's making a political comment on Donald Trump? I don't know. The Delirium voice is quite diverse in his range of discussion topics. I think last league, what was it? It was it Metamorph? Yeah, it was Metamorph that we had Tane, and he was kind of the insane, friendly, laboratory, crazy guy. We didn't get an NPC for this league, right? But rather we got the strange voice and we got the endgame boss for Kosis. So I think we'll probably have a new NPC this upcoming 3.1, and it'll probably be a friendlier kind of NPC.
My spirit is spent.
Maybe something in the line of like a Cassia or a Nico. Just a little bit more overtly friendly than Tane. Tane was a bit detached as a character, right? I mean, that was part of what made him cool and unique. Was he wasn't necessarily invested in all this stuff going on in Ray Class. He's just interested in collecting samples. Like the stuff that he's interested in that's going on in Ray Class, he's interested because he can collect samples from it. I think we'll see somebody maybe that's a bit more like Cassia. Maybe crazy and with a purpose. What do we get here? Orb of Binding? Some other crap? A helmet I should pick up. Maybe I'm actually not going to find an upgrade to my helmet. Maybe that's what I shouldn't be looking for. Maybe I just need to be looking for like higher level item bases for my swords to increase my damage further. My damage is fine right now. I'm still one-shotting stuff. Dodre might be a bit of a problem though. That's why I'm farming Delirium here for a second. Kind of like, hey, can I find some currency or find something that might help me? I should probably go do my Delve, right? Although I'm terrified of the darkness. Jason says that just makes megalomaniacs even more expensive. Yeah. My proposal would make them even more expensive and more rare and even more desirable. It's a lot of life. That's a lot of life too. That's a lot of life and a lot of armor. That'll be good for another character. I'm keeping that one. All the rest of the stuff can go away.
If Sam was a man. Good luck to you.
Good luck to you. Oh, thanks, Hargan. I always knew you were rooting for me, Hargan. Ever since you sent me into the shadows and said, stay out of the shadows. You know, go into the shadows, but stay out of the shadows. Chris says, I think they need to put a level restriction on the one with nothing, or to make the damage increase provided by deck scaling with character level. I mean, do you really think that one with nothing is that big of a problem? I mean, maybe it is. I don't think one with nothing is a problem. Like, you give up so much to use one with nothing. You guys tell me in chat if I'm just way off base. Is one with nothing a problem build? Like, is it does it limit design allowances? Like, because people are just going to be playing deck stackers? Like, I do not want to touch the mirror here. There's too much chaos damage. I don't know, guys. I don't see that as a problem. I think one with nothing is precisely the sort of design that you want. Like, there's a massive opportunity cost. You get no gloves, you get no weapon, you get no shield. And you have to stack as much decks as you can on the few item slots that you have. I don't know. I don't see one with nothing as a problem. Either due to popularity or because it limits design choices. I just don't see it as a problem.
My spirit is spent.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Am I going to get one shot here? Maybe. Nope. I'll just get degen to death. That's fine. At least that'll make for a hilariously slow and awkward death. The death where you don't even realize you're dying. Alright, away we go. Porus says they will nerf melee by enforcing social distancing between players and monsters. No, that just means we'll finally get the bow update that we should have gotten, where bows are actually usable again. Valdera says dual wielding is the only one that gives a bonus for free. I think that's right. Chris said I had 40k damage by level 30. I mean, was that tooltip? Was that POB? Like, that amount of damage is fine because you're capped HP. If you are heavily invested in that build, like 6k life is the most you're gonna get. You're gonna get one shot by most stuff in the game. If it actually gets to attack you. If something actually gets to fire off its animation and attack you, you're gonna get one shot. By a lot. Shaper can do that much damage. Elder can do that much damage. Intervention encounters from Betrayal can do that much damage. Like, there's a lot in the game that can do 6k damage to you. Also, because your passive tree is so dedicated to getting dexterity, it's not like you're grabbing like Soul of Steel as well as like, you know, the Heart of Ice or Heart of Winter or whatever, as well as like the Purity of Lightning, that +1 lightning. Like, you're not getting a bunch of these defensive unique nodes on the tree that are giving you, you know, 78, 79% max resistances. Like, it's a good trade-off between offenses for defenses. You get a bunch of offensive output, but you're also relying on evasion. Like, you're relying on not getting hit in order to kill stuff very quickly. I don't know. I don't see it as a problem. Maybe GGG does, and maybe you guys disagree as well. Like, I'm open to hearing arguments against it. Jeff says, Iron, will you be playing in the 12-hour SSF Hardcore level 80 race on Saturday? No. There's a food drive. There's a food drive that my local church is putting together, so no.
You looking sharp?
I will not be playing any games at all on Saturday. I will probably be delivering food or moving food or something. Something with gloves and face masks and hopefully getting people food who need it. James says, totems get buffed to encourage social distancing. Yep. I could see that. That's a good meme. Alright, let's come up here and we'll grab Herbalism. And then what's the other one? Is it called Survivalist? That's right. Survivalist is +1 cold. What's the +1 lightning? Unnatural calm, and then barbarism is the +1 fire. Yeah, so if you're doing hollow palm, you're like so dedicated on this area of the tree for your dexterity and for your damage and for your dual wielding. Like, sure, you can pick up Survivalist, so you're at what, 76%? And maybe you come over here and you grab Soul of Steel, but then you also need like a cluster jewel. Like, I guess you could go, what is it? Iron Reflexes to convert all of your evasion to armor, but then you're just getting hit all the time. I don't know. Cowsed says, when do you want Iron to finish the race? Yeah, I could start it on Saturday. I'll tell you what, if I start it today and I get to level 80, well, I've never actually gotten to level 80 in SSF Hardcore. So if I get to level 80 on by Saturday over the course of the next 4 days, maybe. Will that count? How many hours will that take me? Probably like 20 hours or so. Alright, wait until she appears in a location and then drop down your war chiefs. Go get them, war chiefs! Alright, war chiefs are done. Watch for chaos spit. My spirit is spent. Watch for the chaos explosions. We're still out regenning her damage. That's good. Watch for explosion. Oh gosh. Is she going to kill me? Is Deodre going to be the thing that takes me down? Maybe. Should I flask? Maybe I should portal to town to flask? Maybe. Culling Strike! Oh, he's over there. That's why. I'm like, why isn't Culling Strike kicking in? Because my war chief is on the other side of the arena, you dumbo. Oh, man. That's pretty classy. That's pretty classy right there. Whew. Alright, let's talk to Malmora.
These owl eyes of mine have been watching the sun goddess from afar.
We are now in Act 8,
The sun
so let's
orb
update
lies
that.
within her temple, guarded by her most
Act 8,
ardent
there we go.
devotee. an exile who, in his...
All right, so last discussion question for the day. Have you guys heard about Minecraft Dungeons? This is not a paid advertisement. This is me asking you guys. Have you heard about Minecraft Dungeons? And would you like me to stream Minecraft Dungeons at some point this week? I haven't gotten it yet, but if you guys want to see somebody play it that you trust their opinion on games, I'm happy to do that, and I'd probably do it either this afternoon or tomorrow, more likely. +1 to socket to gems isn't bad, but the rest of it's bad. Alright, let's get rid of this crap.
There you go.
There will be a poll that will go up this afternoon asking if you guys want to see Minecraft Dungeons. It is a new, or rather very old concept. It's an action RPG done in the Minecraft setting. So it's not like a Minecraft, what do they call it, server. It's not a server, it's not a split, it's not a mod. That's what they call it. It's not a mod, it's an actual standalone game. It's an ARPG using Minecraft physics. Chris says, I guess you have a point, but I've been playing a lot of Own, and you really don't have to sacrifice much to scale it if you play defensive characters that scale decks well, like a Juggernaut or Trickster. That's a good point. That's a good point, Chris. That's a good counterpoint. Like, hey, you're not going to have much defenses from your gear, so therefore get your defenses from your Ascendancy. That's a great point. That basically sounds like what I always do in hardcore. Like, hey, I'm going to be getting defenses from items, and I want defenses from my Ascendancy. That's a great point. This guy doesn't seem to want to die. He's got extra cold damage. Did he have extra energy shield as well? I think he did. See, I'm one-shot most of this stuff. Maybe it's just because I'm critting. Proximity shield. Eat my shorts. Ignites you when activated. Yikes. That's what killed my last character, was a big ignite. Hey, is that a rogue exile? It is. Kill that guy. What did we get? Oh, a mirror jewel? I don't want a mirror jewel. What is this? I'll keep this one. Maybe we can regale that and use that for our spell user. I've already made up my mind. If this guy dies, the next character that I'm going to play in SSF is definitely going to be a spellcaster. A manual spellcaster. We did a summoner. We're now doing a melee guy. And whenever this guy dies... Or if I just want to level somebody up. Imagine if this guy doesn't die and I actually get him to a good level that I'm happy with. Oh. Is that possible? Oh, it's up here. It's up the steps. There we go. Proximity shield? I don't think so. Consecrated Path laughs at proximity shield. It laughs from inside the proximity shield as it kills the bearer of the proximity shield. Kill Ondar. Man, those Herald of Ash explosions are actually pretty satisfying. When they go off.
I do love the stink of victory.
See, look, even my NPC character voice guy agrees with it. I do love the stink of victory. Keep forgetting to turn on my blood rage. Silly me. That'll make me go even faster. Imagine if I had Onslaught. Nope, can't jump that. Bummer. James says yes and yes. Okay. So James, you'd like to see a stream with the Minecraft Dungeon stuff? Okay, that's one vote for yes. Valdera says, have you ever heard of Raid Shadow Legends? Yes, I have. And no, I'm not promoting it. Go away. Find some other YouTuber to do your dirty work. Oh, Hector, you hurt, man. Hector actually does damage. Ouch. It's one of the very real risks of playing a block build or a evasion build, like a dodge build. Like, you never actually take damage until you actually take damage, and then you're not sure if your health pool is actually large enough to be able to withstand a hit that gets through. It's a big, big problem. Alright, do I want to go do wings? Not right now. Not right now. I want to find the next waypoint. That's what I want to do. Can I craft this? Do I have anything? Nope, I don't. Disco says, just pulled 4 prime sextants from one map. Let's go. Nice, dude. Disco, you must be getting the streamer RNG right now, man. The Chris Wilson is strong with you. Alright, there's the hideout. Is this the way out? There we go. The Lunaris Concourse. Chris says, I'm surprised you're not using flesh and stone. Nah. I like to live on the edge. I like to live dangerously. Now I decided for this guy I was going to use the two heralds, Purity and Ash, and see how it worked out. And so far it's going okay. Ooh, a large cluster jewel. Nice. I think I have too many large cluster jewels, though. I haven't gotten like very many smalls. Oh, is this is Gravicius's fight up here? Whoa, I'm lagging. Hey now. Hey now. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done with Delirium. Go away. Bye-bye. You see what I'm saying? There are some instances where Delirium's just like, yeah, I don't want to work right now. I'd much rather crash your screen. I'd much rather give you 0 FPS. Nah. I don't want to die to that. Thank you, though. I want to die to something that I can see and laugh at myself for screwing up for not seeing. That's what I want to die to. Dying because I couldn't see something on my screen and my screen was frozen on my end? Nah, that doesn't sound attractive to me. Dying because I made a stupid mistake I can learn from and not repeat it the next time? That sounds attractive. Powerful crits, life regen. Okay, that's why. Whoa! Speaking of nearly dying.
My spirit is spent.
Spirit is spent. There we go. He dropped a map for me. Nice. I'll take that as a good omen, then I'm going to survive and make it to maps. That's how I'm going to choose to interpret that drop. This build's going to make it, guys. This one's the one. This is the solo self-found hardcore character. Synthesis, please come back. I need to keep this name. Even if this character rips, I need to keep this name. I can't believe that name was actually available. Synthesis, please. I was reading some argument today on Reddit that somebody said there's a lot of revisionist history going on about Synthesis. I guess I haven't been paying enough attention to the Reddit. Like, who's making revisionist history about Synthesis? Almost everybody hated Synthesis during its first month of release. Does anybody dispute that? Nobody's saying Synthesis on release was good. I'm saying I liked Synthesis crafting. I'm not saying it was smooth. I'm not saying it was polished. It was like it was very interesting to read that comment today and be like, okay, who's doing revisionism? Are people actually saying that Synthesis was an exceptional league? Because as a league experience, it was actually pretty rough. As a mechanic, they were trying to do some very, very ambitious things that were really freaking cool. Like, mechanically and polish-wise and performance-wise, no, it wasn't great. But man, if they could work on all of those issues and make Synthesis great, not make it great again, because it wasn't great the first time around, right? Performance issues were still there off of Betrayal. Like, interventions would just randomly pop up and you'd lose all of your FPS. Like, there were a ton of problems with the game at that point. Some of which were related to Synthesis. Others were just related to the game in general. So, I don't know who this is that's saying Synthesis was like the greatest league of all time. Or even a great league. There were great mechanics that were introduced into the game of Path of Exile with Synthesis that I think were really cool. Namely, an item sync other than Vol Orbs. I think the most cool part of Alva incursion temples are double corruptions, right? Because like you've got to really risk it all when you throw something at a double corruption altar, because the item could just poof. That's really cool. That's an item sink, and you're not just going to throw random items inside a double corruption altar. You're going to throw well-crafted, high-value items at that to try to make your build even better. That's really cool to have an item sink like that. And Synthesis introduced item sinks through synthesis crafting. I think that was cool. And it added a value for rare items that was divorced from trading and traditional crafting. I think that was cool. Alright, so we should get up to around 3,000 HP with herbalism, right? We should get around there. We should be close to 3,000 HP with herbalism. Maybe we'll need like an upgrade here or there. But herbalism should get us close. I don't know. Maybe this is just another reason for why I should leave Reddit alone. Why I need to get off and stay off Reddit. Jeff said, Synthesis was very good if you ignored the league mechanic. Yeah, see, I personally didn't like the tile placement minigame as well. I didn't enjoy that, but that was the way that you collected rare items that you could then synthesize, right? So maybe if they rework that. People want to say that the game has been getting more push, rushy, speed, zoom meta. If you played Synthesis, you better have played a fast build that could clear memories pretty quick. Like, that was a big part of the meta. A big part of that mechanic was being fast enough to clear. So, I don't know. I guess there's also a lot of confusion because a lot of the player base that's playing now didn't play during Synthesis. So I could see in that regard, if people are just listening to people like me who are only hearing positives about Synthesis and not hearing the negatives, like, I'll happily recount some of the negatives. Hey, the game crashed all the time. Memories would just break. Like, would just straight up break. You'd go on a very, very long chain of a memory, and you'd build up a bunch of rewards on it, which was a very, very cool mechanic. A rewarding mechanic that allowed you to plan ahead in a deep, engaging way, kind of like Betrayal allows you to interact with the Syndicate hideouts and to build your Betrayal board. So you do that, and then sometimes, like, a memory would just be gone. It would just, like, you'd lose it, like an instance crash, but it would be gone. And it'd be permanent. It's like, hey, you just worked on that to improve that particular memory tile or that particularly memory encounter, and that's all gone now. It's all crashed. It's not on the server. It's done. That didn't feel great. That wasn't fun. That was pretty lame. That was a pretty lame aspect about Synthesis. Also, the meta during Synthesis. Like, the meta during Synthesis was pretty much play Winter Orb or else. Now, I played Winter Orb during Synthesis Flashback. I didn't play it during the actual Synthesis League. And it was amazingly fantastic. The quality of life on Winter Orb was great. I think GGG regrets introducing Winter Orb into the game because every time it gets good, like, it gets nerfed. So, I don't know, something about Winter Orb. Winter Orb is just like the redheaded stepchild. You know that proverb? Like, for whatever reason, whenever it's doing well, it just, everybody decides to take a dump on it. But that being said, that meta wasn't great, right? I don't think that meta during Synthesis was particularly unique or fantastic. They tried to redo self-casting, and there were some things that were good about that. But again, you know, as with everything in PoE, there's a designed intention behind the buffs and the nerfs and the development cycle, and then there's what players actually do with that development cycle. Those two things don't always overlap. So, I was just watching some of our Synthesis videos last night, just reviewing some Synthesis stuff. Because, you know, it could be, maybe 3.11 will bring back some of those aspects. I mean, Cortex map went core, right? We still have some aspect of Synthesis. We have some memory of it. Get it? Get the pun? We have some memory of synthesis. But I think it'd be cool if item crafting as an item sync and the synthesizer came back. That would be awesome. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, but I had to have like 1,000,000 tabs to play the game and I had to use third-party programs to craft stuff. Like, you don't have to have that. You don't. Like, look at me. I'm playing in a current league. I'm enjoying the game. Now, not everybody needs to be like me. Don't hear what I'm not saying. Not everybody needs to be like me. I'm simply saying the game is playable and enjoyable, even if you don't interact with a league mechanic in its utmost, broadest form, right? I'm not interacting with the simulacrum in softcore solo self-founds. I'm not going to be interacting with Kosis at all. I'm barely interacting with Delirium, you know, as it is, because sometimes it crashes my FPS. And yet I'm still having a great time playing the base game of PoE and enjoying the league mechanic as I can. It's possible to do. You don't have to play a league to its, you know, utmost extent in order to have a good time. Nicholas says, good morning, Iron. Are you excited for the upcoming Stardew Valley-like league? I mean, if it's going to be a Farmville league, I don't know. I don't know. What is this? Increased attack speed. 4% reduced rarity. 48% reduced experience gain. You gain less experience, but it just does a crap ton of damage? Okay. Interesting, unique. I now have it in SSF, I guess.
You found them.
James says, synthesis would have been better if GGG had more time to develop it and the tiles were rotatable. Yeah, exactly. Do I want any of these? Probably just Conqueror's efficiency, right?
Good luck to you.
For when I actually play something that'll use Conqueror's efficiency.
There you go.
Alright, turn in the chromatics. This is all garbage.
Stay out of the shadows.
Stay out of the shadows. Yeah, as you send me into the shadows. Thanks a lot, buddy. Alright, let's put this in our dump tab. Alright, should we try to craft a new weapon here? Let's see. Oh, there's Clarissa. Hello, Clarissa. Did you get a new boyfriend? Oh no, I see. You're still with the same old boyfriend. I see he's right there. Like, what kind of... Oh, do you guys remember the overly attached girlfriend meme? Like, Clarissa is the definition of that.
Watch yourself.
Like, here's your boyfriend. He's literally undead. Look at his back. He's got a chain that's hooked up to the bottom of the steps here. Ah, man, that's just... Yikes. Chris says, Iron, do you think, what do you think is a stronger overall ability, Conk Path or Tectonic Slam? Tectonic Slam, when you scale up all the endurance charges, it's definitely a better skill. When you scale up for max endurance charges, I think at the top end it gets better. Poro says, dual rewards suck. Yeah, they can. Alright, let's go see, who do I want to talk to?
Exile.
Hargan.
Iron.
Let's take a look here. Do you have any good ones? You've got an Apex Rapier, which is 35% to global crit strike multi. That's 10% more than what I'm using right now. Alright, let's go see if we can craft this thing. Did we get any good essences?
There'll be time for that soon enough.
Let's go to crafting currency. Let's pull this stuff out. I think there's a lot of ways that grinding gear games could improve synthesis had it had more time. And they've had a lot of time now. This particular league development cycle has been wonky, to put it mildly, because of COVID. Because of the global pandemic regarding that. So I think if GGG goes back to revamping an old league and introducing some new content alongside it, I think now would be the perfect time to do that, right? Because you've already got a base to build on, and then you expand from there and you polish it up. Alright, let's go here. Let's see what kind of stuff do we got. Oh, that's probably going to be way too good, right? We could try it, though. There was one that was fire, wasn't there? No, that's fire to spells. I could do critical strike chance. That would be interesting. Lunchbox says, hey Iron, I use Void Home with my Ice Crash Raider for League Start. It hits hard with all that attack speed. The reduced experience is a drag, no doubt. Right on. Jeff says, for a long time, before I was able to increase my graphics capability, I thought that Petrus and Vanjo was one person with two heads. Oh, I gotta go look at this now. I gotta go look. Petrus and Vanja. Petrus and Vanjo. One. Okay, I'm going to zoom all the way in. All right, if I'm standing here, there seems to be like one body right there, right? Like here's an arm, and here's an arm. I could see that. And then when we look zoomed out, I could see that. Like there's one body here and two heads. I could see that because they're so close together. I could see that, Jeff. I could see that. I'm with you. Alright, let's go try to craft this. Update your board. It's Act 9 now? We're in Act 9? Anjuit, do you know something I don't know? Did I get through Blood Aquas already? I'm about halfway through Act 8 right now, my man. Halfway through Act 8. Hopefully we'll get to Act 9 here. But we're about halfway through Act 8. Alright, let's come over here and give myself a better weapon. Yeah, here's the fire damage. Adds 42 to 58 fire damage. So that would be pretty good. Damage penetrates? Nah. Yeah, that's lightning damage and then critical strike chance. I could go critical strike chance, but I kind of want the flat. Inuit says, maybe I saw the future. There you go. Excellent. Yes, you must have seen the future. Oh, that's for two-handed melee weapons. For one-handed... No, it's the same. Why is it that... Wait, did we just find an inconsistency? Okay, one-handed weapon is on top of two-handed weapon, right? That's its presentation, as you're reading from top down. One-handed weapon on contempt. Two-handed and then other. One-handed, two-handed on muttering. One-handed, two-handed on fear. Two-handed other on anger. One-handed, two-handed on torment. One-handed, two-handed on sorrow. One-handed, two-handed on rage. One-handed, two-handed on suffering. I must just be going insane, guys. I must just be going insane. Okay, so So the formatting is when it's one-handed weapon or two-handed. One-handed goes on top. When it's two-handed or other weapon, it goes below. Why would you put other weapon instead of just one-handed? I guess because it's a melee weapon versus any other. So like you can put it on a bow. Is that? But a bow is a two-handed weapon. It's not melee though. Ah! Okay. So the specificity of this game gets me sometimes. That's much worse. That is so much worse. It doesn't have any physical added. That's going to be way worse. What are we at? Let's take off all this stuff. We're at 53. Yeah, that's way worse. 53.94. Oh, it's actually an upgrade over this. No, it's not. It was 51. So it's just saying this weapon's better than this weapon. Okay. Let's throw some chaos at it. Let's see what... We tried essences. Let's throw some chaos at it. That's a lot of lightning. It's got an open suffix. I think it's still worse. It's not as bad, but it's still worse. Ooh, that's a lot of cold. It's a lot of fire. 53. 52. It's... I'm not going to beat these wands or these weapons that I already have, am I? I don't think I am. Wow. I guess I just have good stuff already, huh? It's got a prefix or a suffix. Confused G3 iron is confused, yeah. G3 iron used confusion array. Now let's see what that does. That's a lot more. There we go. 6100 versus... Alright, so we're replacing this one. This is the one we're replacing. Okay. So there you go. We just needed to spend 4 chaos to craft a bunch of increased physical on it. Could I do that here, actually? Do I have an open? No, I've got the open suffix here. And this one doesn't have open anything. Okay. So what do I need here for gems? Red, red, green. Oh, it's going to be tough to hit 2 reds on this, isn't it? This is a fool's errand. There we go. Let's hit red, green. Do I really need my riposte? Do I really need riposte? Do I really need riposte? Is that something that my build actually needs? The answer is probably no. Alright, let's go for this guy. This guy's got more life and more all elemental. There we go. Oh, did I increase quality on this? No, I didn't. So I could increase quality on this as well. And that'll bring up the physical as well. There we go. Alright, so let's roll for 4 sockets here. Perfect. Nailed it. Is that still with 2 link? Yep, 2 link and a green. Okay, perfect. Molten Shell goes here. Gas and Damage Taken goes here. Dash goes here. Herald of Ash goes here. Okay. Now we can load everything up. We can put the old Skeletor helmet back. And then this was a good leveling weapon. Good leveling too. Alright, let's go get the second half of Act 8 done. Away we go! Jeff says the experienced drinker weapon is way better than those foils. Yeah, but I'm dual wielding. I'm going to do everything dual wielding. Alright, I could go Lunaris Concourse and then go across Harbor Bridge. That's what I'm going to do. Away we go. Oh, I remember what I needed to get. I needed to get second wind, right? Second wind for my dash, so that way I've got double dash. PoE double dash. Twice the fun, twice the speed, twice the dashes.
Spent.
I could probably level up my clarity, actually, couldn't I? I could probably level up clarity and precision. Just for fun. Could probably level them both up. That would be quite fun. Alright, away we go. Yeah, look at that speed. That speed and damage is a lot better now. Here we go. If I hit this, am I going to die? It's a level 60 zone. I might actually die here. I might get one shot going across Harbor Bridge. That would not be cool. It might be funny, but it wouldn't be cool. Watch for the little mini explosions. Why am I not attacking? Was I chilled? I think I was chilled there. The game was telling me to take a chill pill. There we go, level 59. See, I'm gonna hit level 60 here. So I'm gonna be at the right level. Eventually. Whoops. Can I not jump that? Here we go. Whoops. Orb of Alchemy. I need that. It's just what I've always needed. Do you guys miss Harbor Bridge farming? Probably not. You guys all probably hate low-level farming, right? I miss it. Anytime we can low-level farm, I enjoy that in a league. Low-level repetitive farming. It's not necessarily that I enjoy it doing it personally. It's that I enjoy that it's available for players to scale up their currency as they want to. It allows new players to jump right into the game and go, hey, how do I get some currency started up? You know? Am I not hitting here? What's the deal? Maybe I'm not hitting. That's kind of spooky. Maybe these monsters are way too high a level. Let's see if we can make it. Whoa. That was damage there. I saw the damage. I saw that there was damage. Alright, we killed that guy. Killed those guys. Hey, we're up to 4-2. I think this is the most rewards we're ever going to get in SSF. This is amazing. Look at this big loot explosion. Alright, 5% more life. There we go. We got a bunch of crappy masks. Alright, and shields.
Traveling light.
Alright, I believe in traveling light too. I agree with you. Alright, so let's go kill Lunaris. No, wait. Solaris. And then we can be at Blood Aquas. That's good news. Right? Who doesn't like being at Blood Aquas? What is my chance to block right now? Speaking of chance to block. Block recovery, chance to block attack damage is 40%. So once I run my second lab, that will give me spell block at the same rate as attack block. So I'll have 40% spell block. That'll be good. 40% chance just not to get hit from spells. That's really good, right? And then we'll keep scaling it. Hopefully we'll get a Rumi's Concoction to drop for us. That would be pretty nice. And then I think we get like 4 or 5 more %. Oh my gosh, that's my third Skeletor helmet. This game just loves giving me Skeletor helmets. I should corrupt one, right? I just swapped one out for one that was good. Is this one even better? Is that the same rolls? No, this one's got more life and more LA resistance. This one's got same LA resistance though. Wow. That helmet. Apparently that helmet I just got to keep using that helmet. Alright, where's Lunaris? Solaris. Detonates nearby corpses. Oh my goodness. That was a moment. I read that almost a little too late. Good thing I have lots of block. Oh, but detonate I think is a spell actually, so all of that would have gone through. I don't think I can block that, right? Detonates count as spells? I think I'm remembering that right. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Otherwise I'm going to assume that you can't block detonates with attack block. I'm pretty sure they're spells. I could be wrong though, this is PoE. Maybe they're categorized with some kind of weird channeling tag or something. Because it's got a duration on it until it goes off? I don't know. Goodness knows. Goodness knows and goodness ain't me. That's why everybody always is telling me, get good, Iron! Because I'm not good. Alright, I'm not going to touch the mirror because we're actually going to encounter the boss. That's actually assuming that I'd be fast enough to get to the boss by the time the mirror is done, right? And I can always click on the mirror. I should touch the mirror. Let's see if it kills my FPS. They used to be so close, you know, the Celestial Sisters. Okay, so that's just clearly a reference to the temples. Ah! There's a whole bunch of very little things that aren't dying. Or maybe they're already dead. Maybe that's the problem. I have no corpse removal mechanics actually on this build. That might be a problem eventually. You just can't plan for everything though. That's what block is there for. You can't contend for every eventuality, and so you just hope to block it. That's my build plan.
I believe in traveling light.
Oh, let's get rid of this. Move this here. There we go. That's a chrome. All that rearranging for one chromatic. Alright, what do we get here? Oh, I got a bunch of lab enchanted stuff. None of them are very good. That's got a lot of life on it, but other than that, I mean, it's got life and 2 resistances, but its required level is 55. I think that's too bad, is what that is. Alright, let's see if Solaris just kills me instantly. Alright, there's the burn. Feel the burn. And Calling Strike. There we go. Ambush Charge! Hey, that's a great unique. I love me some Ambush Charge. Ambush Charge is what carried my League starter during Blight League? I think? During Hardcore Blight League? I'm fairly certain.
What is it?
What is it? How you doing? I'm doing great, Hargan. How are you today? Thanks for asking.
Stay out of the shadows, playboy.
Alright, throw all this stuff in our dump tab. Go back and pick up the Sun Orb. And then let's go make our way to Blood Aquas. We're not quite at 3,000 HP yet. I need Herbalism. And then I'll be there. Not quite there yet. Let's go to Solaris Concourse, and then it's take a left from Solaris Concourse to get to Harbor Bridge, I think, if memory serves. And we're going to do a new instance. We're going to run this as a new instance, and we're going to hope to hit level 60 here. Because if we hit level 60, that's another 10% HP. Which, who knows, maybe that 10% HP will be the difference between life and death. How does an instance like Harbor Bridge with 2 different entrances know which entrance to spawn the mirror at? Does it just check like which entrance the player came in at? Is that what it does? Oh, essences. Essences as a reward would be good. Give me lots and lots of essences that will roll fire damage or physical. That's what I want. Lots and lots of those. Ooh, he looks scary. The animations of the various attacks that Delirium monsters do, or monsters do under Delirium, very, very spooky. Like the guy throwing up, the spear toss, the cyclone guy, or maybe it's not cyclone, but it's like a whirlwind or a tornado that he makes. The animations, I feel like, for as convoluted as the gray is in Delirium, I feel like some of the attack animations are very crisp and are very well telegraphed. Some of them are. Whoop. Am I dead? Not yet. Not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm feeling better. Whoa. What's going on with the graphics there? Like, who turned out the lights? Surma says, hello, which build is the best boss killer right now? Maybe Mines? Purposeful Harbinger is probably the best boss killer right now. It's not cheap. But it's nearly immortal. And it kills bosses very, very quickly. So probably Herald stacking Scion. Wow, that's a lot of essences. And I'm nearly level 60. Nearly there. Come on, let's finish this farm out. There we go, I'm level 60. $2,900 HP, just under 3K. I guess that's what we'll have to take it. We'll have to enjoy it, and then we'll be to Act 9. Woohoo! Or we'll be dead. One or the other. There's only 2 options here, so that's good news. Chris says, I'm at a loss of what to do. I'm currently building a Tech Slam build, but I can't decide between using Combs Roots with +1 endurance charge or a rare. That's tough, man. I'm not going to have any rage to start this, yeah. Almost no rage. Watch the fire. Watch the burning groundy thing. Burning grounds. Watch the beam. Don't jump into the beam. Oh my gosh. Watch the rocks. Watch the beam and the degen. She creates that degen. Oh my gosh. Okay, the rocks, the degen, the beam. There's the rocks. There's Lunaris. There's the fire. Okay.
My spirit is spent.
Watch the fire. Okay, here's Lunaris, Solaris. Watch the beam. There's the rocks. Watch the spear. Whoa, hey now, there's the degen. Culling strike. Watch the rocks. Could I get some culling strike, please? Go get him, War Chief. War Chief, please. Yeah! Alright, Act 9. Here we go. See, who was that said Act 9? Andrew, you were right. You were right. We need to update the stream now, my man. Act 9. Here we go. Made it to Act 9. Not bad. Not bad at all. A pretty good day. A pretty good day. And we've made it to the famed Blood Aqueducts. Blood Aquas are so much fun. Don't you guys love Blood Aqueducts? Running from one end to the other, endlessly leveling in a relatively safe zone. And using Consecrated Path is even more fun. You're just like, boom, boom, boom. Oh, speaking of boom, boom. Is that a ball lightning guy? It is. Ball lightning. Oh, with some carnal mids. Thank you, sir. That was nice of that Rogue Exile. Jungle Valley map. I'll take that. Why, thank you. The only thing that you have to watch out for in Blood Aquas that can kill you is corpse explosions. The spider guys, the Stygian spiders, I forget what they're called. But they occasionally will just explode a pack of dead bodies underneath you, and then boom, you're dead. Do I not have frenzies right now? No, I do. I do. And I'm max rage. That's pretty nice. I got a bunch of gems I need to level up. Holy moly. Holy gem XP. Thank you. I think all of my gems just leveled up right there. Yeah, these guys. These Stygian spider guys. Quite obnoxious. I have died and lost multiple hardcore characters in Blood Aqueducts to those guys. Over the years. But we made it to Highgate. That's right. There you go. You were right. You saw into the future and saw that we would make it to Act 9. Yeah, this is a good build. This is a much better build than that crappy Scion that I was playing. Much better build. Alright, so let's throw this stuff into our dump tab. Whoops, that's a chrome. Oh yeah, what are these? Are these Deodres? The Embalmer. Socketed gems are supported by level 20 Vial gems. Gives you chaos resistance, increased poison duration, and maximum life. That could be interesting. Maybe we'll do like a poison-based build. Maybe we'll do something between Ornament of the East and then, I don't know, Vile Toxins, Chaos Damage? Something? Is there something there?
Yes.
Petrus and Vanja think so. They said yes. They think something's there. Alright, the rest of the stuff we're going to throw in our dump tab. And let's do a little recap. So, our character is... Synthesis, please come back. We are now level 60. We are in Act 9. We've gone all the way to the left-hand side of the tree to grab Bloodless, to grab Soul of Steel. We've come down into the middle of the Duelist tree to grab Golem's Blood, Iron Reflexes, and Blade Barrier. On the right-hand side of the tree, we've come up to grab Herbalism, Thick Skin, and Twin Terrors. Eventually, we're going to make our way up to grab Gemini, which is going to give us a bunch more block, as well as Aspect of the Panther. That should be 7% more block between those two. And, of course, we are a life-based build, so we went up and grabbed the Scion Life Wheel, which is there next to Constitution, and grabbed that whole wheel. We're just under 3,000 HP right now, which is where I'd like to be. I've got 2 more labs that we can run prior to killing Kitava. Also, other highlights of the build, we've got some pretty decent weapons now between these 2 foils that we're using. We've been using maces because eventually we might use the Overlord Cluster Jewel if we get one. That gives us Fortify on hit when you hit with a mace, a staff, or a scepter. We're using the Skull Head Helmet because it gives us LE resistances and life and some armor. We found this tabula on our Scion, and so we're still using it. We've got a pretty good ring over here with life and accuracy and some resistances. A dynamite ring. This ring is just awesome. I don't know when I'm going to be able to upgrade this. The only thing that it's missing is really good life, which I can upgrade that crafted life now, I believe. So that's increased fire damage, adds fire damage to attacks, adds physical to attacks, and then gives us some resistances as well. This amulet is ho-hum. We could use just some better life and then some all attributes on this particular amulet. Our boots are pretty great. They give us fire and lightning resistance with 15 move speed. This belt was absolutely a highlight that we found today. It gives us 72 life, some flat mana, strength, then it gives us fire and cold and lightning resistance and increased elemental damage with attack skills. We found that in a Vol side area, so make sure you do your Vol side areas. And then our gloves are triple resistance, self-crafted gloves. So that is the build so far. For our ascendancies, we've got 2 left to do before we kill Katava. We started by going Painforged, then we're going to go Versatile Combatant next, and then we're going to go Violent Retaliation for our 3rd ascendancy option. Okay, so that's the recap of this particular character. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today for a little bit of streaming pleasure. We are going to have a poll that's going to go up here in a few moments on YouTube, so make sure you stay tuned for that about what you think the next stream should be. If you want to see more gameplay on this Gladiator, or if you'd like to see me trying out the new game Minecraft Dungeons. So stay tuned for that. That should be up on our community page here in just a few moments. Thank you so much for hanging out on the stream, and to all of you for making this a wonderful, enjoyable time together. I've enjoyed our discussions together today, and I hope that today is the day a Mirror of Calandra will drop for you in whatever league it is that you are enjoying Path of Exile in.